Dope, 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 dope. So dope, dude. It's dopest thing I've ever doped. Oh my god, it's so fucking dope, dude. Alright, looks like we're live on the Kick, the Twitch, and the YouTubes. Oh my god. I just got off work. I don't know why. I'm feeling kind of hyper right now, dude. That'll probably slow down here in a little bit. When I start getting a little tired, then I'm like, fuck this, I want to go to sleep. Well, we got a few days off. We're going to do Last Hero, warm up a little bit on arenas. And then we're going to slide over to Tarkov. And yeah, I think we're going to do Blue Fire next. I don't know. I literally just talked to Mechanic. He said something about going to Streets and Ground Zero, something about cultists or scavs moving an EMP device. So we'll probably have to look into that too. But we are good to go. Good to fucking go, baby. Let's see. We're gonna go back to watching Mr. Ballin. Oh yeah, my secondary monitor fucking broke on me a few days ago. Piece of shit. Now it's just chilling in the closet. It has to be a wiring issue though, 100%. So I might try to get it fixed. But in the meantime though, I bought a 1080p monitor. It looks fine on the stream. I mean, fuck, we only stream in 1080, so I don't think it's anything you guys would have ever noticed. But I'm looking at it, I'm like, dude, this thing looks like a piece of shit, bro. It looks all tiny and whatnot, so I don't know. But we'll see if I can get that cable fixed on my 2K monitor. Because my primary, 4K. Secondary, 2K. But now we're down to 1K. But it's better than I've been playing or just doing shit with one monitor, and it fucking blows, dude. It took 2 days to get that thing delivered in. That was quick as fuck. I mean, I guess I could have just gone to a store and picked one up, but fuck that. I was not feeling that, to be honest. Alright. Well, let's go kill some fucking things. Oh my god. See, when I slide OBS over now, it's all small on my 4K screen, and then I slide it to the 1080p, and it's fucking huge. Alright, so I did reroll. We have all Last Heroes. I don't even know why I'm doing this anymore, because I'm at 59, so it's not like I have to get to any fucking levels. But we're going to do it to warm up, though. Get the blood fucking flowing, so whenever I do go to Tarkov, I don't get killed by stupid shit. Alright, so we're going to do Scouts. I'm going to remake a P90. Easily we'll claim 5th place or whatever. Fuck. And then we got to do it in Assault, too. I don't think I'm going to be able to catch 32 headshots in one match. Maybe, if I kick fucking ass. We'll see. I was using the Vector, the 9mm, but I think we're going to swap that up, and we're going to go to the... I want to go back to the P90. You know what? An MP7 sounds kind of fun. Alright, we're going to do an MP7. Trying to think. I should probably just get a SJ6 and put that on there, because I do like running around and whatnot. So yeah, we'll probably do that, to be honest. Radioactive. My buddy Forrest went to... I think Imagine Dragons was pretty big around, like, I think it was like 2012-ish. It was right when I was in like 12th grade, maybe 11th or whatever. But my buddy went to one of their concerts. He said like their music's good, obviously, but their concerts, he said it was boring as fuck though. So I was like, all right, man. Oh, I wonder if we can color this. Fucking noise, mate. Fucking noise. All right. Now my gun looks pretty. What? Certified bullshit, boys. It's fine. Alright, well, I guess we're not going to use an SJ6. Yeah, we'll rock the MP7. I haven't used this shit in a while. I know it's a try-hard gun for, like, Last Hero, because this gun fucking slaps, dude. It's annoying as fuck. Scout. Alright. Now we'll do Scout then Assault. We're going to chop shop. We're going to chop some motherfuckers up, dude. Alright, let's see.
Were left behind from, you know, like the Ho-Chunk Nation and other indigenous tribes that were in the area. Sometimes he'd find, you know, an arrowhead or something on the ground, or pottery or whatever it was. But he liked hiking, he liked being out in nature, and this was something he would look for. And, you know, if he found something good enough, he could sell it in his antique shop. And so he's out walking the hills of Richland County, and he's well off the trail. He's sort of out in the sticks, and he finds this ravine. And he walks down the ravine, and it comes to this clearing of sorts, and he notices on the other side of the ravine the
Bro, there has to be a way to turn that off, dude. That shit drives me fucking insane, dude. That's good right there.
slope that goes back up. He saw what looked to be almost like a memorial or something, like a stack of rocks that looked sort of out of place. And there was like moss and grass that had sort of grown over it. But he immediately identified that there's a mound of something here that looks a little bit out of place. And so he walks over and he begins sort of pulling off some of the rocks. And he realizes pretty quickly that this was put here on purpose, this pile of rocks, these boulders and all this. This was put...
I don't know how long we're going to stream for. What was it, 7:32? Fuck, boo. Kind of depends. Maybe we go till 12 or 1 or something like that, and then I'll probably pop off. I got the next few days off, so we'll probably get the Straam up. I'm thinking I could fucking Prestige here soon, too, to be honest, dude. I have everything done. I just need to do the story shit. It may not be this weekend. I forget. I think it takes like 7 hours to craft those RFID cards, so... I don't know. And I still have story shit to do. We gotta do Blue Fire next, which is the EMP thing I was talking about earlier. And then I don't know. I finally got Batia done. That fucking storyline or quest is dumb as fuck, dude. It was like bugged out for me, and then I crafted the fucking wrong audio tape, dude. It's audio tape 1 and audio tape 2. I crafted 2 audio tape 2s. It'd be that way sometimes, though.
put here on purpose. And so after pulling off enough of these rocks, he realizes that there is a cave on the other side.
Oh my god, that's gonna drive me fucking insane, dude. I love rushing the first spawn, because they're normally AFK. Two-piece off the rip, boys! Motherfucker. Never go on the metal, okay, bun? I'm sorry, Paxed. I'm sorry, Lynch. Who won it next, baby? Who won it next? Hacks enabled. Bliatch. While I'm reloading. Yo. I was out of ammo, bro. Fuck these dudes. Who want that heat, baby? I got him for you, babe. Fuck, boo, these dudes are cheating. What? His fucking helmet bounced around, bro. Sorry, buddy. Bunny, you fucking turd, bro. I can't believe I got that kill. Get over here, you fucking turd! Fuck, dude. I thought the guy closer to me was the more immediate threat. What? Oh my god, I'm dead. Time out! Time in! Fuck! Boo! Oh, you know what? I do have to go for headshots. I'm sorry, buddy! Fuck, dude. Who you think you is? Dragon, you fucking punk, bro. Damn, dude. First match of the day, I'm going this ham? You already know I like to keep my wrists lubed up. Fuck! Time out, reloading! Where the fuck did... I don't even know where I died from. Oh. Bunny, you motherfuck, dude. Bunny, I'm gonna kill you for that, you son of a bitch! Fuck, dude. Dragon's putting in that fucking work. Get over here, turd! I can't believe I got that kill! Time out! What? Bro, that was a fucking headshot, boys. Sorry. I'm in a gang, bro. I'm a certified gangbanger, boys. I like to get gangbanged. Sorry, buddy! Bro, what the fuck, dude? Ah, oh, damn it. That was bad aim on my part. Fuck. Ah, oh, damn it. I hit that motherfucker 5 times, dude. Fuck, I almost got him too, dude. Why is my wiener hard? What did you do to my wiener? Why does it feel this way? You fucking turd, bro! Cheater! Oh, dude. Bro, I'm gonna lose first! What the fuck? I don't deserve first. Better get first back, baby. Damn, that was fucking clean, boys. Alright, good shit. We have first back. Did I not kill that mother... Oh my god, I didn't. GG's, boys. Fucking Dragon almost stole that shit from me, dude. I'd have been the saddest boy at the ball if that was the case, dude. Oh, motherfucker. Alright. Well, I don't know how many fucking headshots I got, but probably not enough. I don't know. I was hitting those headshots pretty goodly. 26-32. So what we'll probably end up doing, boys, is we'll catch the last 6 headshots with this MP7. Oh, dude, this works out perfectly. And then we'll slide over to probably the juice cannon afterwards, to be honest, dude. I'm kind of feeling the juice cannon. You see that drip, though, dude? Oh, my God. Bro, even my panties are getting wet right now just looking at this. This is insane. This is fucking insane, dude. Except for that little portion right there. That fucked up, like those glasses, dude? Nah, fake fucking news. Alright, let's go back in. Oh.
Now, it would take quite a bit of work to to pull off enough rocks that he could actually get himself inside of this cave, but eventually he did. And once he was inside of this cave, the same cave the Ho-Chunk Nation had dealt with hundreds of years earlier, he's like, wow, like this cave, it's been blocked off. I wonder what's inside of here. Maybe there are incredible indigenous artifacts inside of here. And so feeling really motivated to explore this cave, he left, went back, got some basic supplies, including a lantern, and he came back another day, because this is well off the beaten path. No one's gonna stumble upon this. And into the cave he went.
Bro, I'm fucking jealous, man. A fire sounds so fun right now, dude. Oh, yeah. Just like the smell.
And so he's in this cave, and he walks, all the way to the end where it banks to the right. He turns, and he starts walking. And the ceiling of this cave begins to come down, and it's getting really tight on him, but he's so excited to see what's in here because he knows this has been blocked off on purpose. There's something in here. And so eventually the ceiling gets so low that he's crawling with his lantern, and right as he's thinking, this is so narrow, I don't know if I can fit, he pulls himself under this one really low section, and everything just opens up. It's like this grand cathedral in the middle of this cave. Oh. And he holds out his light. He kind of stands up and he holds out his light, and it's just this massive, massive space. And right away, he sees something on the ground. There are all these neat rows of human skeletons, and they're all positioned the same way. It's like they're kneeling with their hands over their head, like they're bowed.
All right, hopefully the first dude we kill is AFK. It always warms my little heart whenever they're not even here. This is my favorite one, because this dude's always AFK over here. I love you, Dingo. Bro, you hacking, Bleach! I got you, Rada. Fucking door, dude. Piece of shit. Hold on, cuh. I got... Fuck, dude. I was too busy talking. Damn, bro. That motherfucker to the right of me got me, bro. Why did he not come out and die for me? Hopping is illegal. That was a wealthy bum sandwich right there. Yo, we pulling out the juice cannon, boys! Get over here, turd! What the fuck? What stupid ass type of spawn is that? Hacker. Bro, what the fuck is going on right now? That was clean as fuck right there, boys. Damn, bro, he's lucky as fuck, man. I'm getting my fucking ass whooped right now, dude. This is horrible. Two-piece, baby. Three-piece. Fuck, dude. We be trying to catch that four-piece. Sometimes it don't be happening, though. Fuck you, fool. Rada, I'm gonna get you. Sorry, Rada. Oh, dude. Who is this guy? Diego? You're fucked, bro. You are fucked. I didn't even know where the fuck I was getting shot from. Damn, bro, his face mask fucking bounced around, dude. Alright, Max, I can respect that. That was clean. Where the fuck you at, Max? I can't! Fucking 3 shots, boys. Max, you're giving me a boner! That's not Max. Where's Max at? Maxi Pad, where you at? Fuck, dude. Damn it, Max got me. Fuck, dude. I can't believe I got... That was pretty cool. I want to join a gang. Get over here, boy. Where's Max at, boys? Where the fuck is Max? Fuck.
Chill the fuck out, look.
I'm gonna get you, Max, you fucking son of a bitch, bro! I love you, Max. I changed my mind. You aren't Max. Who is you? Maxithin, where are you? Time out, I'm loading, dude! Chill! Fucking A, dude. What the fuck is that noise, bro? Fuck, dude! Fuck. I shouldn't have ran out there like that, dude. Now get over here. Time out. I'm a second place, bro. Trash. Dude was cheating. He had no drip, and he was wearing armored face, dude. Cheater. Fucking cheater, bro. Fucking cheater. 300k, 200k, 150k. It's like a bajillion rupees right there. Alright. 750k XP until level 60.
All of them. You couldn't even count how many skeletons are all positioned here, right in the middle of this cavern. And so he's looking at all of these bodies, and he's gasping, he can't believe it, and he brings the light sort of in the direction that all these bodies are aiming towards, all the bodies are praying towards. And carved into the rock is this enormous chair, like a throne. And there was nothing on the throne. And Paul, when he saw that and all these bodies and just the fact that he's deep inside of this cave, he was spooked. Even though there could have been a sea of artifacts he could have taken, he just turned and he bolted. He crawled out of there and he left the cave as fast as he could. And the reason we know about this story is because Paul, after this experience, he got in touch with a local newspaper. It's called the Milwaukee Journal. And he spoke to a journalist about what he saw. And they reported it. They reported that he found these skeletons in this throne, and it's inside of this cave that was blocked off. And there's allusions to the story of the Ho-Chunk Nation. It's like this totally cryptic story. But in 1930, and even still today, we're left with a couple of distinct questions. One, what happened to all these people? And two, who or what was sitting on that throne? Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of today's episode.
That was pretty spooky. That was pretty fucking spooky.
Sometimes the truth
is stranger than fiction. All right, let's see. You know what? We're gonna watch Afflicted.
Hey guys, this is a guide for...
Man deserves the view. Let's see.
Hey guys, this is a guide for the story mode quest called Blue Fire. Now the first thing to note is that for this questline you will need access to labs, so you will have to progress through the tour questline to the point that you do have it unlocked. And during this questline you will also require a few different keys, with the first one being a labs access card anytime that you do go into labs, which will be at least one time. But you do actually have the choice to go in a second time for a task later on. And you will also need a Check 13 mark key, which is called the Mysterious Room mark key on the flea market, or you can also grab the car dealership closed section key instead. So whichever one that you would prefer to use will be totally up to you, but I will show you guys both options in this video. And you will also need a Rust Post car key for the last step of this.
Rust Post? Honestly, I have Mysterious, I'm pretty certain, on my person. Yes, sirree. Alright. I do have a Rust Post.
This quest, but it does have a guaranteed spawn every street trade directly beside where you need to use it. So it will be totally up to you guys if you want to buy it beforehand or not. If you are on PvP, I would probably just spend the 20k rubles to buy it. But if you are on PvE, then I basically wouldn't bother. And just so you guys know, you can get all these keys from the pockets and bags of scavs as well as in jackets or in drawers. Or if you did want to save yourself some time, then you can always just go ahead and buy these directly from the flea market. However, the prices will definitely vary on the flea market, so brace yourself because mark keys and quest keys like the car dealership closed section key are always very expensive there. And at the time that I'm making this video, the Mysterious Room mark key does have a flea market requirement of being level 35 to be able to buy it or list it. So I do have a map of woods on the screen, and to start this story quest line, then we will have to go to the military camp, or some people do call it the med camp. And in this area at the upper section in one of the connexes with medical supplies will be an Emercom leaflet on the side of a cabinet, and you can go up to this and pick it up. Once you do grab it and read it, then your objective will update, and then you will be asked to talk to Mechanic about the EMP blast. So once you go and speak with Mechanic, then your objective will update to locate and obtain the device fragment, and it does say that the fragment might have been taken by scavs or cultists. So on Streets of Tarkov, you will have two options for where you can go to grab this item, being either at the Lexus car dealership in the upper locked area that requires the car dealership closed section key, or you can also go to the Check 13 marked room, which requires the Mysterious Room mark key. But firstly, we will be going over the upper locked section of the Lexus car dealership. This key is going to be cheaper than the...
We'll probably go to Check 13, I believe it's safer.
mark key. It is only a single use key, so if you do die, then you will have to buy it again. And because it is in the Lexos section, then you may have to fully clear out Kaban and his guards if they did spawn in, as well as fighting off a bunch of PMCs and player scavs if you are on PvP. But obviously, if you are on PvE, then this will be much simpler. But once you do unlock the lock section and you do walk in the area directly in the center on the table will be the fragment sticking out of the top of this case. So then you can go ahead and grab this and survive an extract from the raid. But one thing to note is that with this key, you can also combine it to double dip and get your car needs a service quest done at the same time, which is what I ended up doing on my own playthrough. That way you only have to buy this expensive key one time. Or your other option to find this device fragment is to use the Check 13 mark key, and since not everybody knows the location of this mark room, then I will show you guys how to get there now. So my PMC's here on streets at the back of the Check 15 building. Now as you do turn around and start down this road, then we will be going towards the vet clinic, which is going to be on our left. But you do want to go through this step and stay outside the building, and then you want to go through this gate that's just after the building and then keep left. And you can go past this playground, and then you do want to hop down through this window opening and go through the door and take left. Now you can make your way through this building just like I am, through the hole in the wall, which will lead you down some stairs, and then you want to take a left, go through this door, and then on your next left around this corner will be where you can use the Mysterious marked room key. Once you open up this door, in the far left-hand corner in the dead plant will be an item for us to pick up, being the unknown device. And once you do pick up the item, then your objective will be to hand over the device fragment to Mechanic, so you will have to go and survive an extract from the location to be able to hand it over to him. Otherwise, if you do die on your way to extract, then you will have to return to streets to retrieve the item all over again, which will obviously be the same thing if you did choose to pick it up from Lexos. And as you can see in this video, I ended up buying both the keys to make sure that both options were actually viable for you guys. And in my task items on my character, then you can see that I do have two unknown devices in my quest item inventory, so either place that you do want to get the item from, it will be again up to you guys. Now once you do extract and go and visit Mechanic, then you will hand over the device, he will inspect it, and then he will give you a new objective, which is to go and plant a hacking device in the server room in the lab. So Mechanic will provide you with a land hacking device via your messenger, so make sure that you do go and accept it. And it is going to be a special item, so you can place it in your special slot before loading into a raid. But just know that if you do mistakenly place it in your backpack or rig and then you end up dying, or you just lose the hacking device in some way or another, then there is going to be a barter trade with Mechanic for some cigarettes, so do not panic, you will still be able to replace the item and complete your quest. So obviously you will need a labs access card to get into labs, and I do have a map on the screen right now, and the area where we do have to go is stated by the quest being inside the server room. So my PMC is here just outside the black room, and to my right is the server room, so heading in here you will have two options to plant, with the first one being immediately on our left at the servers against the wall, and this will be where you can get the prompt to plant your land hacking device. However, just know that it is a 60-second timer and you will be stuck in place for that entire time. So if you are in a PvP raid, then I do not recommend that you sit here with your pants down, unless you do have one or two teammates here to keep guard, since this is a very high traffic area. But instead for PvP, I would actually recommend that you go to the opposite side of the server room, where this row of servers is going to be up against the wall and it is a little bit more hidden. But even though it is hidden, I would still clear the entire area before getting stuck in this location for a full minute. And just know that if you do get interrupted during the plant for any reason, then you will have to completely restart the entire 1 minute plant all over again. Now, obviously, if you are in PvE, it really doesn't matter which one that you do plant that, because the AI is both predictable and not really a problem. So even if they do come in, then you can easily take care of them. Now, once the 1 minute plant is completed, then you do not need to survive an extract. So if you do get the typical head eyes labs treatment, then that's totally okay. Your next objective is going to be just to speak with Mechanic. Now, when you do go and speak with him, then he will update your objective, but he will also offer you a proposition, which will be to hand the fragment over to him or keep it for yourself. Now, when I was doing this task myself, I was not given the option to sell the fragment to him. I only had the option to keep it for myself. But supposedly, if you had given it to him, then he's supposed to provide you with 1.5 million rubles in return. And I had also seen that just to speak with Mechanic. Now, when you do go and speak with him, then he will update your objective, but he will also offer you a proposition, which will be to hand the fragment over to him or keep it for yourself. Now, when I was doing this task myself, I was not given the option to sell the fragment to him. I only had the option to keep it for myself. But supposedly, if you had given it to him, then he's supposed to provide you with 1.5 million rubles in return. And I had also seen that if I was to keep the fragment for myself, then you could unlock an achievement called I Need It More. However, I also didn't get this achievement, and like I said, was not given the option to sell it to him. So regardless, there is no negative repercussions to choosing not to give it to him. But let me know if you guys either get the option to sell the fragment, or if you do get the achievement for keeping it for yourself and I just got BSG'd. But once you do make your decision or are forced into it like I was, then you will be asked to find a lead on item 1156 and are informed that it could be in a Terror Group office or in any of their facilities. So here's where you will have the choice to either go back to labs and needing another labs access keycard, or you can go to ground zero. So if you decide to go into labs, then you will need to go to the top floor into the first dark office closest to the yellow keycard room. So my PMC's here on labs, and the manager's office is going to be right in front of me, and then the dome just below me here. Now if I turn around, then I am in between the two dark offices, but we will need to go into the one on the right hand side. And inside this office, we will be going to the center of the room, basically to the right hand side of this particular desk, which will have a book with a letter poking slightly out of it that we can pick up and read. And once you read this item, then you will not have to survive an extract with it. You will get your next objective regardless. And then your other option to complete this quest will be on ground zero, which will have us going up into the locked science office by either grabbing the static key spawn off the scientist and then unlocking the door, or by using the window of the adjacent office by climbing in through it if the key was already taken in your raid. And when you do go into this locked office up on the top floor, then you will be looking for another book at the second desk to your right, and I found mine inside the gray book just peeking out of it, and it will be just to the left of this monitor. And when you do end up reading this note in raid, then you will get your objective complete, and it will update for us to go and investigate the Rust post office. So before loading into a raid on streets, then you want to make sure that you do have your tape recorder on your PMC in the special slot, and then you can also go ahead and spend the 20k rubles to make sure that you do have the Rust post office key on you as well, especially if you are in PvP. So I do have a map on the screen, and we will be going to the post office, which is across from the Pinewood Hotel. So my PMC's here on streets, and then turning around and heading inside the post office, you will have 3 different tapes that we can find for this quest, with the first one being on the desk behind the counter. So just to the right of this dead scav body on top of this desk will be the first tape, and then over here in this far right hand corner in between the 2 doors on top of this, I believe what is a coffee machine, is going to be the tape number 2. And then taking it right and heading into the long hallway, then you do want to go into the last door on your left before the double doors, which will bring you into some form of a storage room. And then on the desk in the back right hand corner just in front of the keyboard is going to be post tape number 3, and this is going to be the most important one, which will actually give you an objective completed. So after your objective does update, then it will ask you to go and locate the Rust post office car. So heading out this office and then taking a left through these double doors, and you will want to take your first right, which will lead you out of this building, and then directly in front of us will be the blue Rust post van. Now this is where you will require the Rust post office key, and if you did forget to bring it in, then as mentioned earlier, there is a static spawn every streets raid beside the rear passenger wheel. So you can go ahead and pick that up now, or just use the one that you did bring in a raid with you. Now opening up this trunk, you will see a blue folder on the floor in the middle of the trunk, and once you do pick this up and read it, then your blue fire chapter will be totally completed, and then you will get your achievement. So hopefully this guide helped you guys to get this story chapter completed. Thank you guys for choosing to watch my guide, or this row of servers is going to be up against.
Alright, duly noted. Duly noted. We're gonna avoid labs like it's the fucking plague, dude. So still have to go to labs though. We will go to streets, check 13, go to labs, plant that shit in the server, go to ground zero, get those items, go to streets with the tape recorder, which after I get out of this raid, I'll make sure I put that on my person. And then I just have to get a ticket. I have to extract, which means doing terminal, so that'll be interesting.
Is stranger than fiction, and today I'm going to share 3 stories that all demonstrate that. But before we get into today's stories, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you've come to the right place, because that's all we do, and we upload 2, 3, even 4 times a week. So if that's of interest to you, please offer to beautifully and meticulously detail the like button's car. But when you take possession of their car, just fill it with water and then leave. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. Okay, let's get into today's stories.
Not a bad spawn, not a bad spawn. Bro, that shit has never... You know what, not true. I have found it on one occasion. I don't know why I'm using this gun. But we're gonna use its little heart out, though. That better have been a scabby boy. It was a scabby boy. Fuck you, scab! Money, 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 money. Nice, 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 nice. An Emmer Snatch? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Wait, do I even have this task anymore? I don't think I do. I don't know if I did them yesterday. I don't. I can take that shit off. Motherfucker knows better than to be coming down here, dude. They know this is my home. Ah, very nice, very nice. Fuck. We'll go left side road, work our way down. Kind of thought the Argo would have been higher on this, dude. I don't know. Oh my god, it is fucking freezing in here. Give me a sec. I had the heat turned up to like 76 when I was at work, and then I come home, turn it down. You know what? This would be a prime time to go pee-pee. Prime time. Oh, that could have gone pretty bad. Oh, motherfucker. Motherfucker. Oh, it's raining out. Punk ass bitch, dude. He didn't know who the fuck he was shooting at. I think I can get through here. Pretty certain. Oh my god. A white duct tape. Some whisper rounds. You know what? We got time to kill. Let's go hit these cabinets. I don't really know why, but we're gonna hit them. Dope, 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 dope. Fuck your blue helmet, biatch. You know what? We're gonna loot this building. I never loot this building, so we'll see what's up in here. Oh my god. Oh my god. There's more cabinets over here. Garbage, garbage, not garbage. Might be garbage. Not garbage. 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 Oh, you know what? Nuts are kind of worth picking up. I think they're like 20k a pop. Alright, there's a few PC towers in here. Me likey, me likey. Graphics, graphics, graphics. Alright, I think we're done with the looting. We'll go to check 13. What are my extracts? Honestly, this little building right here is kind of nice, dude. So when I do scav, I do come to streets. And I usually hit med bags trying to find leadies and whatnot. And I didn't realize there was such a high concentration of med bags over in this little area. I say that and there's only one fucking med bag here, dude. Oh, I wonder what that is. M80, M62. But Paulo Stogies, bro. The nastiest fucking brand in the game, dude. Gotta re-up on the coffee. On the motherfucking coffee, man. Maybe we take these attachments off, put them on a different AK when we get out raid. We're gonna put that recorder on too. Noise, fucking noise. I guess we'll take it. You know what? I did kind of forget. We're literally going to a marked room, so hopefully there's some fucking juice over here, too. We's about to find out, though. Nice. I don't think it's been hit yet. Bro, you know why that picture was there, dude. These boys were getting down. Hey, we're choking their chicken down here, dude. These boys were doing some wild shit. Some illegal stuff, dude. You're not allowed to touch your wiener unless it's authorized through the government. Them's the rules. I didn't make the rules. I just follow them. You know what? I did buy a new key. I don't even know if I've broken them in yet. I don't think I have, yeah. You can find bitcoins inside these little rooms over here, and they're like rarely ever looted. That's what we'd be looking for. What kind of goodies are in here? Oh, an MK17? Not too shabby. Fuck your LPS. I ain't taking that shit. Another gun, dude? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, we got movement outside. He's gonna have to open up the door if he wants to get in here. Bro, was that literally all that spawned in here? I mean, those are two pretty nice. Oh, wait, one of them was 5.56. Disgusting. Maybe they did nerf the, that's fine. I hear that fucking movement. Thank the fucking lordy I'm not overweight. Fucking noise, mate. I'll be hearing those fucking shots, dude. What the fuck's up with that lag, bro? Oh, nice. Hopefully no one's been here. Now we making some fucking moves, dude. Beep. Let's go grab that Alianka. This little piece of chocolate thought it could hide from me, dude? Absolutely fucking not. Do we have more cabinets we get a hit in here? Nada. Fucking not even one cabinet, bro. They're the same size. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Some cabinets, bro? Oh my god. Alright, alright. This map has almost too many fucking keys, to be honest. Oh, that's a good round. FMJ. Oh, yeah. Wait. What is that for? I don't remember what the pen is on that. 5, 6. Garbage. Fucking garbage. What else we should toss? Oh, wait. Damn. Alright. Yeah, I thought it was a 2-slaughter, to be honest. I made a fucking mistake. That wasn't good. I saved up all those fucking grenade launchers, dude, for like trying to unlock the bazooka. I ended up getting my 35 explosive kills without needing it. Fuck, there was something I was gonna do. I don't remember what it was. Well, I need it for something. I do not know how to navigate these back offices, to be honest. Got some fucking rub. That's nice. Oh, I might be next to the kids store. I am. Nice. This could be bad if the boss is here. I'd have to just run away. Oh, fuck. We gotta go to labs next. That may not be nice. So we gotta turn this into mechanic, I believe. No. We're not gonna turn it in. Because I want whatever that achievement is. Fucking 17 million XP, bro. That's insane, dude. I would probably be like a level 60 something. I don't think it would have made a difference, though. Even if Kappa was 47 or whatever, or Prestige was 47. Because I was gone for like 3 weeks, too, so I was literally just playing, and it wasn't even that much, to be honest, dude. When I went home for leave, for Christmas and New Year's, yeah, that was like 2.5, 3 weeks or so. Alright, let's see. Do I actually have to hand it over to him? Let's go speak to him.
Здравствуй. Рад видеть тебя живым.
Oh, you literally have to hand it over, bro. Alright, it's whatever. Or maybe I get the option to keep after this, after he inspects it. Oh, look at his scope, it's blue.
Интересная маркировка. Никогда такой не встречал. Похоже на работу террагрупп. Сам, скорее всего, никак. Но я могу тебе помочь. Поставь устройство взлома локальной сети на сервер в лаборатории. Нет, сейчас не требует. Ты знаешь, почему на авто... Не забудь дверь.
I barely. I think I shot off 2 fucking rounds that whole match. That was kind of nice. Yeah, nuts are like 20k a pop. Oh, let's see what we need those for. Need to find a pressure gauge too. Well, so we have like 10 fucking cards, bro. Hopefully it doesn't take that long to be able to do, oh yeah, we're gonna swap up this gun. To do terminal. I don't believe so. I know with Scrooge, man, he was watching like some Russian how-to video, and dude was going to the wrong fucking building to get his rifles back, dude. He had already done terminal like 7 or 8 times. And then I was watching him, because I've been busy and whatnot, and I was like, dude, where the fuck are you going to get your rifles? Dude, you gotta cross the road. I was like, who the fuck told you that? So he was like fighting the Black Division dudes with scav rifles, like fucking PS, HP, I don't know, whatever those rounds are. He was basically making Tarkov or Terminal harder than what it had to be. It's a nice little rifle right there. I like this suppressor. You can buy it on the flea for like half the price, dude. So normally 100k through the trader, yeah, like 43k on the flea. I catch it between like 35 on the real low end, and then, I don't know, like 60 on the high end, I guess. We'll build this one up too. This will be a rifle we'll run here later. Put some Scopy Poos on these guys, and then we should be good on that. Hopefully I don't die in labs. I don't think any of these keys are worth it. I want to say, oh wait, what? Alright, that's a winner right there. That's not too shabby. Garbage. What? Alright, alright, alright. I think the rest of this shit is trash. Besides the croutons, obviously. Oh yeah, we were gonna swap up the AK actually. I don't know what AK we're gonna swap to. I want to say this is like 650. Yeah, it's 650. Bro, why are all these AKs 650? $600, dude. Fucking garbage. That's garbage. I don't know what I want to swap it to. Probably go with this guy. What? I just mostly want this suppressor on here. The rest of this shit I don't really care about. I love that you don't have to double click your bullets anymore to move that shit, dude. That was so fucking cancer. Interesting. I forgot, yeah, I can add these, the chore to the VS. Put the good old Bastion on there. The Bastion. What? Fucking beautiful, mate. Fucking beautiful. I'm not really feeling the TAC 30 right now, to be honest. Oh, I need to get that device. Whatever the fuck that device was. Oh, I forgot about this stuff. Bro, I have 1,300 GPs. I don't even need that much. Wait, what? Oh, interesting. That was weird. That was fucking weird, to be honest, boys. That's on a little flash drive. We'll get this box cooking and then we'll go push to the labs. I hate how slow this shit is to load, dude. This should be this guy right here. We'll see what goodies come out of it whenever we get back. Hopefully I don't die. Server. We go on the server. Plant the device in the server room and labs. Gotcha. Get my recorder. Yeah, we should be good.
Late at night on October 26th, 1968, a 72-year-old woman named Ethel Harris was sitting in her living room in Toledo, Ohio, when her phone rang. And the first thing she did when it rang was looked at the clock. It was 10:30 p.m. Like, this is not when people called her. And so worried something was wrong, she got up and she answered the phone and she said hello. And on the other end of the line, somebody said back, "Hey sis." And Ethel immediately knew who this was. It was not a sibling, despite the greeting, "Hey sis." It was someone that was very close with her and her husband, Don. In fact, this person who she was speaking to was Don's best friend, a 59-year-old man named Lee Epps. And for decades, Lee and Ethel and Don had lived next to each other. They were neighbors. Basically every day, they were at each other's houses together. I mean, they were super duper close. But Lee had eventually moved to another town, and so they didn't see each other as much, but they did get together a fair amount. And also Lee, very regularly, would call the house and just check in. And so Ethel's thinking, okay, it's a little bit late, 10:30 at night, but it's Lee, so clearly he's just calling to check in. But before Ethel could really even respond to his greeting of, "Hey sis," because that's what he called her, sis, he just kept on talking. It was as if, Ethel wasn't even there. He was just sort of delivering a message. He was like, "Hey sis, I'm feeling really bad. Like, I've never felt this way before, and I really need your husband Don to get in touch with me the moment he gets back." And then Lee hung up. And Ethel, after the phone call died, she was really confused because one, it seemed like a sort of normal catch-up call, but he's saying something that sounded really serious, that something's going on with him. But also two, what immediately stood out to her was, how did he know Don wasn't there at the moment? Like, he wasn't nearby. How could he have just guessed that Don wasn't home right now? Because Don wasn't. He was out. He was going to be home soon, but he was out at the time he said it. It was like he had this knowledge that he was gone. And so it just seemed odd that he knew that piece of information. And so because she was sort of confused by this call and worried about Lee, considering what he said, she tried calling him back. But Lee didn't answer. She tried several more times, never heard from Lee. And then eventually her husband, Don, he came home and she explained to him, like, "Yeah, I got this weird call from Lee. He said, he wanted you to get in touch with him as soon as he came back because he's not feeling good or something. I don't really know." And so Don's like, "All right, that's weird." So he tries calling Lee and Lee doesn't answer. And so at this point, Don, he's like, "Ethel, go over it again. Like, what exactly did he say? Like, did he sound scared? Did he sound confused? Like, what was he talking about?" And Ethel said, like, "I don't know. He just sort of stated that he just didn't feel good and he had never felt this way before and he just really wanted to talk to you, Don. But again, he mentioned you were out of the house. I don't know how he knew that. And he said to have you call when you came back. That's really what happened. I don't understand it either." And so because Ethel and Don really didn't know what to make of this, and just given the fact that maybe Lee could be in trouble, they were like, "You know what, let's just drive over to his house in the other town and just check on him. Just make sure he's okay." So they hopped in the car, they drive to Lee's house, and Lee's not there. And so even though it was late at night, Ethel and Don really were worried about their friend, and so they began knocking on neighbors' doors to see if anybody knew where he was. But it would take a while, but eventually one of the neighbors said that Lee actually was at the hospital. And at this, Ethel and Don, it's like their worst fears are confirmed. Something really is wrong with their friend. And so they went to the nearest hospital, which is called Mercy Hospital. And when they got there, they learned that yes, Lee was admitted to the hospital, but unfortunately, he was dead. And this, on its face, was of course shocking news for Ethel and Don. I mean, they did not expect to find out that their friend of many decades was, abruptly and sort of inexplicably dead. But that was far from the most shocking thing they learned. When they spoke to the medical staff about what actually happened to Lee, they would eventually tell Ethel and Don that after some complications, Lee ultimately passed away.
We're probably just gonna go find a place, hide for a few minutes. I gotta go to the latrine, and yeah, then when we come back, we'll. I was like, where the fuck am I? hopefully no one comes in here. That would be most unfortunate, to be honest.
At precisely 10:30 p.m. the previous night. His actual time of death exactly coincided with the moment Ethel got that phone call from Lee, where he said to her, "I just don't feel right. I never felt this way before.
All right, I'll be back here in a second.
Please, when your husband Don gets home, have him call me." Ethel and Don have no way to prove this, but they believe that that phone call was actually Lee's spirit, his soul, trying to talk to his best friend one more time before he passed away. Thank you to DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring today's episode. I love to place bets during the playoffs, no matter the sport. The playoffs are just awesome. There's nothing like betting on the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using promo code Mr. Ballin. Again, that's promo code Mr. Ballin. One afternoon in the summer of 2006, a 70-year-old man named Ma Ching-mao and several of his family members walked out of their house in Luowan Village, which was a very small community in rural China. Luowan Village was known for being this beautiful, historic place, and as Ching-mao and his family walked along, they passed by these beautiful, lush fields and saw these tall mountains off in the distance. But they also passed by something that made Ching-mao and his family all very sad. The charred remains of dozens of burned-out buildings were just littering the landscape. So Ching-mao had lived in this village his whole life, and he remembered when it really was this happy, tight-knit community of over 100 people, and it really was just this picturesque place to live. But 3 years ago, that had all changed, and life in this village really became one disaster after another. There had been not one, but two enormous fires, which were caused by faulty wiring, but they had destroyed all these homes and businesses and all these historic buildings. I mean, it really kind of like changed the entire face of this town, and they still hadn't rebuilt it yet. But as bad as those fires were, it was actually what happened after the fires stopped burning that really made this place a nightmare on Earth. And it was that, for whatever reason, the mortality rate in this little village in China just spiked like mad. It was like all these people were just dropping dead out of nowhere. And it got to the point where the villagers were scared that like some illness was plaguing them, some unseen plague they didn't even know. And it got so bad, so many people were dying, that they brought in the Centers for Disease Control, the CDC. They came in and actually did a full-blown investigation of this village. And they concluded that there is no connection between all these deaths. All these people that are dying in your village are dying from common illnesses or old age. Like, these are natural deaths. It's just this sort of anomalous spike in the mortality rate, and it's unfortunately, following this horrible tragedy, which were these fires. So it's basically like a tragic set of coincidences that these terrible things are befalling the village all at the same time. But a lot of people, including Ching-mao, didn't buy that what was happening was natural. Instead, a lot of people began to think that their village was cursed. And so Ching-mao and his family, they walked past all these burned out buildings, and they made their way towards the center of the village where there was a temple, because there was going to be yet another funeral for another person in their village, a young woman who had died inexplicably, at least in the eyes of the villagers. It didn't make sense she had died, but apparently it's a natural cause according to the CDC, but they were going to another funeral. And so into the temple they went, and before long the procession began. Later that night, Ching-mao stumbled his way through the dark streets of the village towards his home. Following that funeral, Ching-mao and his family had gone to the deceased woman's family home for this big ceremonial dinner that was typical after these funerals. And Ching-mao's family, they had basically left pretty much right after the meal itself. But Ching-mao, he was feeling kind of down, like many people in the village, considering their sort of cursed status, as they believed. He had stayed behind, and he had continued eating and drinking some alcohol and talking with his neighbors. Now, he was finally on his way back home. But as he walked, he suddenly felt this really sharp pain in his gut, and it hurt so bad that it was making it really hard to walk. And so Ching-mao clutched his stomach and really had to force himself to keep moving one foot in front of the other. And then finally, when he got to his home, he opened up the front door, but the pain was so blinding that he just screamed out for help and then collapsed onto the ground right inside the house. And then Ching-mao, as he's laying on the ground, he began vomiting uncontrollably onto the floor, and then he just passed away right there, right in front of his whole family. Now, Ching-mao himself was not like a hugely influential person in this village. He'd been there his whole life, and everybody knew him, of course. But there was just something about his death that felt really monumental. It was like everybody in the village felt it, that when he died, for no apparent reason really, it just felt like enough is enough. There is no way these deaths that have ravaged our village are natural. It's not possible, and we will not take that as an answer any longer. And so the village director, who basically is like the mayor of the village, he wound up getting in touch with the provincial health department, and he told them what was going on and what the CDC had already communicated to them and how they didn't buy it. And so this health department, they sent out 20 experts to this village, and they did this big investigation to try to figure out, like, is there something causing all these deaths? Is it linked to the fires in some way? Like, what's going on in this village? And you know what they came up with? Well, turns out it's all natural. There's nothing wrong here. We believe what the CDC said. There's basically no issues whatsoever. You have nothing to worry about. And the village said, no, we still don't believe that. This is not acceptable. And so they went back to their village director and they said, you got to do something else because this is not acceptable. And he agreed. And so he actually got in touch with the police, just the local police, and said, hey, you come in, you investigate this. Try to see if there's something, anything that they have missed that could maybe explain why so many people are dying in this village. And so the police, they come into this village and they do this broad strokes, very wide sweeping investigation, and they do find something. And what they discover completely explains what's going on in this village. It would turn out the village's doctor, their one doctor, was this guy named Ma Foman. And Ma was not really a doctor. He had basically read a couple of medical books. That was the extent of his training. He was not a doctor. And so he's the guy they're going to whenever they have any medical issues, and he has no idea what he's doing. But he benefited from people getting sick because he's the town doctor. And so you have this guy who can't help you, pretending to help you, likely making it worse, who profits from illness in this village. So that's bad. But it gets worse. Ma was also the owner of the funeral home in this village, the one funeral home. So if his crock science, his crock medicine didn't save you, or if you didn't inexplicably get better basically on your own and you died, he also profited on you. So basically, Ma Foman had a monopoly on suffering in this village. If you got sick, he made money. If you died, he made money. The only way he didn't make money is if you lived. And for a while, Ma Foman just kind of allowed this setup to run as is. He didn't influence it at all. He just was a fake doctor and was the funeral director. But in time, he wanted more money, and so he began poisoning the village's water supply with cyanide, because then you have more people getting sick, makes more money, and more people dying, makes more money. But even that still wasn't enough for Ma Foman. He needed more death and suffering. And so those fires, that was not faulty wiring. That was just luck on Ma Foman's part that he wasn't caught. That was pure arson. He burned that place down, killing people in the process. Because again, he's got this monopoly on death and suffering in this village. And so in the end, the police who came in, they did this investigation and they discovered that those fires were actually arson, and it eventually led back to Ma Foman. In total, Ma Foman killed 76 people. All people that he lived with. These are like his friends and his family. These are his people. He killed 76 of them. And so he was ultimately convicted of murder and he was sentenced to death. One morning in September of 1893, a 25-year-old man named Paul Marsh sat at a dining room table inside of his aunt's house in New Haven, Connecticut. He was there with his mother and his father to visit his aunt, whose name was Miss Blackwood, and also to visit his 19-year-old cousin, whose name was Madeline. Madeline was being looked after by Miss Blackwood because her parents had died 4 years ago, making her an orphan, and Miss Blackwood certainly had the means, she was very wealthy, and so she took Madeline in. And so basically that was her new de facto mother. And so Paul, his parents, and Madeline, they were all having this big, luxurious breakfast that Miss Blackwood's housemaid had prepared for them, and they were waiting for Paul's aunt to wake up and come downstairs and join them. And this was not just like a formality because it was her house and they were, trying to be respectful. No, actually, they loved Miss Blackwood. I mean, Paul's aunt was awesome. She was super energetic and she was really fun. And of course, she was like very wealthy in her.
Thank you, Mr. Ballin. Alrighty, what time is it? Don't want to go that way. Well, son of a bitch. want to say the bad guys are over by red. Bro, they really didn't have to swap up the scope, to be honest. Oh, we got raiders, dude. $60 fucking seconds, dude. This is a long plant. A very, very long plant. The longest plant ever. It might actually be, to be honest, dude. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think there's anything that takes 60 seconds to plant in this game. Outside of this guy. We outie. Goodbye, labs. I hate you.
House was awesome, and so family generally loved to visit with Miss Blackwood. And so basically everybody's waiting for her to get up to start the day for real. But after a while, when Miss Blackwood had not come downstairs, the group just began eating their breakfast and just figured, maybe she's taking her time and we'll catch up with her, after breakfast or something. So everyone's eating their food and just chatting and having a nice morning, when suddenly the housemaid, who had stepped away a few minutes earlier, she comes running into the kitchen. She's very upset, and she just yells out that Miss Blackwood is dead. And for a second, Paul was totally confused, because just the night before, his aunt had seemed completely normal and healthy. There were no signs that she had any health issues whatsoever. But the family followed the housemaid up to Miss Blackwood's bedroom, and they went inside, and sure enough, there was Paul's aunt laying in bed, cold to the touch. She was definitely dead. Later that morning, Paul and his very distraught family met with Miss Blackwood's regular doctor in the living room of her house. The doctor had just finished examining her body, and he said that, Miss Blackwood really didn't have any clear signs of illness or injury, but he said, she's 70 and she had suffered from heart disease for the last few years, and so very likely, heart disease is what ultimately killed her. Now, for the most part, the family all reacted with a mix of obviously sadness, but also like, okay, that logically makes sense. And Paul himself, he felt the same way. He's like, that's really awful. I can't believe she's gone. It makes sense, but he also had this weird feeling that he couldn't quite describe, that just, he felt like something's off here. He couldn't articulate it, but he just immediately had this sense that that could not be the story, that something else happened to his aunt. But Paul didn't say anything to his family. He felt like it was kind of inappropriate to immediately start, suggesting conspiracies about what could have happened to their aunt when, again, logically, it did make sense what the doctor was saying. And so Paul just kind of kept it to himself. But he didn't stop thinking about it. Once the doctor left, Paul and his family decided that they would all just stay in Miss Blackwood's house. They had a funeral to plan, they had to deal with her will and her estate. There was all these things that were left to do. And the family had already decided they were gonna come here and stay for a bit for a visit, so they'd already booked off this time. So the decision was they would just stay and try to sort of help get through this transition process. Fast forward 5 weeks, and Paul and his family are still staying in Miss Blackwood's house. largely because it was proving to be very difficult to sort of manage her estate. She was quite wealthy and going through her will and everything. It was just a huge mess. And so they were still there and they were still trying to figure things out. And by this point, Paul really didn't have a big role in any of that. He was just kind of there really to support his parents as they dealt with the estate. But Paul had kind of taken up his own mission secretly. He hadn't told people about his suspicions that something else must have killed his aunt. He didn't want to tell people that. He felt like he was kind of crazy for thinking it because he had no reason to think it other than a gut feeling. But he had begun sort of investigating. And his investigation had led him to begin sleeping in his aunt's bedroom because he had this belief that maybe his aunt's ghost would visit him in her bedroom and she would tell him or signal to him in some way what really happened to her. Now, for the past several days and weeks that he'd been in here, he had not seen his aunt's ghost. But he was not about to give up, at least not yet. So, on this particular night, this is again 5 weeks after his aunt has passed away, Paul is in his aunt's bedroom, he's in her bed, and he's laying there and he's getting ready to fall to sleep. As he's laying there, he begins to hear a strange sound over to the side of the room. It sounded almost like scratching noises. And the room is very dark, it's late at night, there's a window, but there's not much light coming in from the moon, it's just kind of dark in this room. And he opens his eyes and he rolls over and he looks over in the direction of this scratching sound. And he can't see anything at first.
Against the wall, and it is a little bit more hidden. But even though it is hidden, I would still clear the entire area before getting stuck in this location for a full minute. And just know that if you do get interrupted during the plant for any reason, then you will have to completely restart the entire 1 minute plant all over again. Now, obviously, if you are in PvE, it really doesn't matter which one that you do plant at because the AI is both predictable and not really a problem. So even if they do come in, then you can easily take care of them. Now, once the 1 minute plant is completed, then you do not need to survive an extract. So if you do get the typical Head Eyes Labs treatment, then that's totally okay. Your next objective is going to be just to speak with Mechanic. Now, when you do go and speak with him, then he will update your objective, but he will also offer you a proposition, which will be to hand the fragment over to him or keep it for yourself. Now, when I was doing this task myself, I was not given the option to sell the fragment to him. I only had the option.
Interesting. All right, so now I should have the option. I'm probably going to keep it because I would like that achievement, to be honest. Nice, nice. Oh, I don't know why I went there.
Здравствуй. Рад видеть тебя живым. И да, и нет. Перед эвакуацией в террагрупп, но я сумел найти кое-что. Да, документ. Если кратко, то это часть спецификации на изделие 1156. Это инновационный электромагнитный нагнетатель, собранный на территории России. Кто-то, кто точно ее не любит. К слову, у меня к тебе предложение. Твое право настаивать. Теперь точно все. Я больше ничем тебе помочь не смогу.
Got the achievement, baby.
Не думаю, что у тебя получится. Наверняка там может быть прапор. Но не думаю, что он в этом сознается. Удачи в поисках. Конечно. Удачи, наемник.
We'll go speak to Prapor, see if he's got anything for us.
Ну что, как дела в Таркове? Чао, Буратино.
Boratine. Let's go take a look at this. Well, that puts us at 60 achievements. That's pretty cool. Alright, we don't really need that money either. Alright, I think we're going to be heading to Ground Zero after this.
The option to keep it for myself, but supposedly if you had given it to him, then he's supposed to provide you with 1.5 million rubles in return. And I had also seen that if I was to keep the fragment for myself, then you could unlock an achievement called I Need It More. However, I also didn't get this achievement, and like I said, was not given the option to sell it to him, so regardless, there is no negative repercussions to choosing not to give it to him. But let me know if you guys either get the option to sell the fragment, or if you do get the achievement for keeping it for yourself, and I just got BSG'd. But once you do make your decision, or are forced into it like I was, and I just got BSG'd. Regardless, there is no negative repercussions to choosing not to give it to him, but let me know if you guys either get the option.
I wonder how many hours Afflicted has. About 6k. So what was kind of wild with Afflicted was a few wipes guys started watching his videos. He's got really good fucking task videos, but I ran into him on a interchange, dude. He was a scav. I was a PMC, and we were trying to team up, and there's too many other player scavs and AI, so I started killing the other player scavs plus the AI, but I ended up getting killed though by one of the player scavs. I don't even know if he took my gear, dude. It was so long back.
Option to sell the fragment, or if you do get the...
Oh, that was back when there was only 61 achievements? I used to be so high up on achievements, and now that there's like 100 plus, I don't even know what the fuck to do.
Achievement for keeping it for yourself, and I just got BSG'd. But once you do make your decision or are forced into it like I was, then you will be asked to find a lead on item 1156 and are informed that it could be in a Terror Group office or in any of their facilities. So here's where you will have the choice to either go back to labs and needing another labs access keycard, or you can go to ground zero. So if you decide to go into labs, then you will need to go to the top floor into the first dark between the two, which will have a book with a letter poking slightly out of it that we can pick up and read. And once you read this item, then you will not have to survive an extract with it. You will get your next objective regardless. And then your other option to complete this quest will be on ground zero, which will have us going up into the locked science office by either grabbing the static key spawn off the scientist and then unlocking the door, or by using the window of the adjacent office by climbing in through it if the key was already taken in your raid. And when you do go into this locked office up on the top floor, then you will be looking for another book at the second desk to your right, and I found mine inside the gray book just peeking out of it, and it will be just to the left of this monitor. And when you do end up reading this note in raid, then you will get your objective complete, and it will update for us to go and investigate the Rust post office. So before loading into a raid on streets, then you want to make sure that you do have your tape recorder on your PMC in the special slot, and then you can also go ahead and spend the 20k rubles to make sure that you do have the Rust post office key on you as well, especially if you are in PvP. So I do have a map on the screen, and we will be going to the post office, which is across from the Pinewood Hotel. So when PMC's here on streets and then turning around and heading inside the post office, you will have 3 different tapes.
Damn, Bo. Alright, well, so it looks like, I guess, ground zero, then fucking streets, which is fine. Get our tape recorder. Probably a green flare. We'll grab a green flare. Where the fuck the tunes go, bro? Where's all the tunage at? Uh, 15 PMCs? Oh, wait, no, targets. That's fair. 4 PMCs? That can probably be done, to be honest. I'm not too concerned about that. Looks like I'm already at 1, though. You know what? I'm not fucking with the attack 30 anymore. We're gonna go to the Tango. Belong West Virginia. Alright. Country roads. Wonder if we can make this ergo a little bit higher. +1. +2. That's pretty good, actually. To the place I belong, West Virginia. Oh, now she's a fucking beauty, boys. Oof. I wonder how close I am to Lee Endurance. Oh man, I still got a ways to go. It's fine. Yes or no? Scientist body.
Then, as his eyes kind of adjust to the darkness, he realizes he sees something that he can't believe. I mean, even though in some ways he was hoping to see this, but he sees a hand, like a disembodied hand, actually a whole arm, is basically reaching out of the wall in his direction. And for Paul, he's obviously never seen anything like this before, then he should be terrified. I mean, he's basically seeing a ghost, but he's not scared. He's thinking, this is it, my plan is working. My aunt is signaling to me. She's gonna tell me in some way, shape, or form here what really happened to her. It's finally happening. And so with really no fear, Paul gets out of his bed, walks over to the disembodied arm reaching out of the wall, and he grabs it. After Paul grabbed the ghost arm, screams filled the whole house, woke everybody up, and Paul's father came running down the hall. He burst into the aunt's bedroom, and he sees his son, and he sees what his son is grabbing, and he really can't even begin to process it. It would turn out there really was an arm reaching through the wall, but it wasn't a ghost arm. It was not, Miss Blackwood's ghost coming back to tell Paul about what happened to her. But this arm did absolutely have something to do with what killed Miss Blackwood, because she did not die of heart disease. When Miss Blackwood was still alive, the person...
Bro, this better not be another story about some motherfucker living in the walls or in the attic, dude. We'll find out.
Who lived in the room next to her, where they slept, they drilled a hole in the wall big enough for their arm to fit through, and they reached through that hole at night while Miss Blackwood was asleep, and they poured poison into the water she kept by her bedside. They poisoned her to death. And then after she died from being poisoned, it was determined that she had died from cardiac arrest, and pretty much everybody accepted that, except for Paul. The killer was aware, even though Paul was keeping it to himself, that he was on to something. He was sleeping in Miss Blackwood's bedroom. It seemed like he was trying to figure out if there was more to the story than what everybody else seemed to believe, which was heart disease. And when it seemed to the killer like Paul really was getting close to figuring something out, the killer waited for Paul to be in the same bed, and he had a water next to his bed as well. The killer reached through and tried to do the same thing to Paul that they had done to Miss Blackwood. They tried to pour poison into his drink to kill him. But Paul was looking for a ghost in the room. He heard the sound of the arm coming through, and he grabbed the arm thinking it's his aunt's arm, but he really actually was stopping the arm from putting poison in his drink, and the screams were the sound of the killer realizing they've been caught.
What a fucking idiot, bro. What a fucking idiot, dude. Oh, did we really... Ah, damn it, we're on the other side of the map. I don't really feel like PvPing all that much right now, to be honest, so we'll go loot up here and then we'll scoot after that. Hopefully there's not as many bad guys. Oh, bro, this is such a sneaky spot right here, dude. There's a task over here, so we'll see if anyone pulls up here in the next few minutes. I think the only task here is the grenade launcher. The grenade launcher up top. But what I'm kind of curious about is those boys that spawned to my left, they may roll up over here. Bro, with my sniper a few weeks ago, for my Psycho Sniper and Tarkov Shooter Part 7 or 8 or whatever it was, I killed 4 PMCs right out here with that shit. I should have gone after the 5th, dude. I turn in the 3 kills, Tarkov Shooter Part 7 or 8 or whatever. I go to labs with a Psycho Sniper. I didn't have any AP rounds, so I had to use FMJ. But I brought an Alton with a Death Shadow under her. And I died to a fucking cheater, dude. For my last fucking kill, I died to a cheater, dude. I'm running around on factory, and this fucking bonehead just auto shoots me in the head. Suspected cheater. I don't know if he was cheating 100%, obviously. Dude, I was so fucking pissed, man. I just hopped off for the night. I was like, I can't take Tarkov anymore, dude. This is fucking stupid. Alright, this is getting a little boring. Alright, we're gonna grab some loot skis and then we're gonna press forward. It just sucks. Ever since they added the achievement stuff, I have not caught Killer 7. Now, granted, I have never once gone out of my way to try to get it. I think it was Kai. Yeah, she was telling me she went out of her way specifically to try to get it. And I had never thought about doing that. I don't know why. She would specifically come to this map to try to kill Timmy's so she can get Killer 7. She kept running into Sussy Boys, supposedly. Oh my fucking god, bro. They need to fix this fog, dude. This shit is driving me insane. I wish we could loot these red computers. That glass is pretty nice, actually. I wish I hadn't accepted that quest, dude. Every time I kill fucking Scav, it makes that noise, dude. Oh yeah, I forgot we can... Wait, no. See, that's a filter I need on right there, dude. That would be nice. I don't think there's any spawns to my right, I'm pretty certain. Gonna try... Alright, you know what? We're gonna eat these peas. I'm not searching that fucking computer right there, dude. If I do that, death will get me. Nice little kvass. Oh, nice, dude. What? Alright, alright. Spits on. Obviously, we're gonna be hitting those cabinets here shortly. Oh, fuck, bro! Nice. Ground Zero is kind of fucking stacked, dude. I didn't realize how many PCs were inside of this building. Where the fuck the bad guys at, bro? Oh my god. Wow. Pretty fucking cool. Pretty fucking cool, dude. Honestly, what I'm thinking too is I'm probably going to sell all my graphics cards. I don't need any more Bitcoins. I have my 40. I have like 10 more or something like that inside my little special junk box. I'll probably just buy the remaining. I don't know how many cells I get for Prestige 3 to Prestige 4. I think I'd rather just have the money than the Bitcoins. Actually, we're going to turn that down a bit. I can't even fucking hear. That's a sniper, boy. I be hearing that shit. Oh, I got eyes on. Damn, bro. I love you. If he's a punk ass bitch, we're gonna take his gear. If he's cool though, we'll just let him have his shit. I'll be hearing those snipes. I have never looked back here. I don't even... Does this door even open? No. Fuck that, bro. I just heard another snipe. They probably know where I'm at now, too, dude. We're gonna hydrate, and then we're gonna go kill things. Hopefully. I want to say is it Pavlov's experiment? I can't remember. It's where you condition dogs and whatnot, or just people in general, or things. You know, with like the ringing bell, dude. What I've noticed with Tarkov is whenever I drink in game, I always go for a sip, dude. Whatever I'm drinking on. Water, coffee, brewskis. It don't even matter, dude. We're gonna go out the other way. Now what do we have there? Oh yeah, I need to go to the scientist building. We are not gonna fucking search. Alright, you know what? We'll search this. My man has a boyfriend, he gonna be up over here. We might be able to pull another kill. I hear that terrorist up there shooting. Motherfucker. Oh, that scared me kind of good, to be honest, dude. How the fuck did that scav die? I don't even know how to get to the person I killed, to be honest, dude. It's just weird that he knew I was in there. I don't know. Check the stats, dude. Unless it was the boyfriend. It's possible it was the fucking boyfriend. I mean, he looks legit. He's probably legit. We're gonna go back in time and take a gander, see if we can get eyes on him. We'll do that as we're loading into the next one, though.
And the killer was none other than Paul's own cousin, the 19-year-old Madeline. After her parents died, Miss Blackwood took her in like her own child. And because she adopted Madeline, she put Madeline on her will. She was going to inherit Miss Blackwood's wealth. And Madeline just couldn't stand waiting for Miss Blackwood to die in order to get that wealth. And so she decided she would kill her. After Madeline was caught, she quickly confessed to Paul and his parents that yes, she had done it. And so Paul and his parents sent for the police to come out here and arrest Madeline for murder and also attempted murder of Paul. But before the police could even get there, Madeline suddenly began bleeding heavily from her mouth, and then she collapsed and died. It's not clear what actually killed her, but it's entirely possible, if not likely, that she actually used the same poison she had used to kill her aunt on herself to avoid facing justice. In the early morning hours of March 27, 2003, a 4-year-old boy was lying in bed in rural Ohio when he suddenly heard his door open. Now, he assumed it was just his great-grandparents coming in to check on him, and so, he's a kid, he just pretended to be asleep. But he heard whoever this was make their way across the bedroom because he heard the floorboards creaking, and at some point they were standing right next to his bed. And so curious, the little boy opened his eyes. And what he saw standing next to his bed was not his great-grandparents. It was a huge green monster. But before we get into today's story, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you've come to the right place because that's all we do, and we upload 2, 3, even 4 times a week. So if that's of interest to you, the next time the like button goes on vacation, do them a favor and paint the entire exterior of their house a blinding neon yellow. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our uploads. Okay, let's get into today's story. On the evening of Wednesday, March 26, 2003, a 55-year-old woman named Linda Myers drove down a secluded 2-lane road in Darke County, Ohio. Darke County was very rural. It was basically just very small towns and farmland. And so as Linda drove down the road, kind of in the middle of nowhere, she looked out her window and she saw the sun setting over a field. She was coming home from the pizza shop that she and her husband Jack owned in a town nearby. Linda eventually turned down a gravel road and onto the sprawling 40-acre farm where she and her husband lived. She parked outside their old farmhouse, and then she grabbed a deposit bag with money from the pizza shop out of the back seat, and then she got out of her car. Their farm was so isolated that she couldn't hear any cars on the road or anything from the neighbors' houses, so it was completely quiet except for the sheep that were bleating in the field and the occasional sound of power tools coming from the barn. She walked around to the back of the barn and she found Jack hunched over the engine of a beat-up old car. The two of them had been married for about 7 years, and even though this was actually Linda's third marriage, she really felt like Jack was her soulmate. In addition to owning the shop with Linda, the pizza shop, Jack also had a full-time job at a manufacturing plant, and he also had a side business restoring cars. And so Linda often found him out here behind the barn working on a car around the time the sun was going down. And sitting in the grass beside the car, playing with a wrench, was Linda's 4-year-old great-grandson, Damien. And the second Damien saw Linda, he smiled and he got up and he rushed over to her to give her a big hug. And Damien's smile made Linda feel sort of bittersweet. Damien was the son of Linda's granddaughter, Amber. But Amber had gotten pregnant at just 14 years old, and so as a result had not been in any position to take care of a baby. So Linda and Jack had offered to take Damien in and raise him for a few years while Amber finished high school and got on her feet. However, this was definitely not a perfect arrangement for many reasons, but one of those reasons was because Damien's father was furious about being cut out of the custody agreement. Even now, 4 years after, Damien's situation had been decided, the father still argued with Linda about how she wouldn't let him see his son. But Linda felt like as much as he was saying he wanted to be in Damien's life, she felt like at some point he was going to abandon this child. And so she really didn't want him to be around Damien at all. She didn't want her great-grandson to be abandoned like that. And besides, Damien would have another father figure in his life soon enough. Because in the past few years, Amber had finished school, she had met a new man, and gotten married. And as soon as Damien finished up this year of preschool in a couple of months, Amber and her new husband were planning to take him in and raise him on their own. Linda was proud of Amber, how she had turned her life around. But she also felt a little sad, bittersweet, because she and Jack were going to miss having Damien around. They loved him. He was basically their son. Linda knew that Jack clearly was busy with the car and kind of didn't want to be interrupted. So she just said a quick hello and then scooped Damien up and carried him over to the farmhouse. She opened up the door and she sat him down and told him to go wash up before dinner. Then she went into the kitchen and she dropped the deposit bag from the pizza shop into a chair in the dining room. The bag was full of cash and her plan was to drop it off at the bank in the morning. Linda got out a pan and began cooking dinner. And pretty soon her husband Jack came inside, covered in car grease. While Jack washed his hands at the kitchen sink, Linda asked him about his day. And Jack kind of grumbled about this customer that he had sold a car to on a payment plan the previous year, who had now missed 3 payments in a row. Jack said he was going to have to drive out there to the person's house tomorrow and repossess the car. Linda could see, Jack is obviously pretty tense here. But Linda knew it wasn't really that missed car payment that was bothering him. The truth was, Jack had been sort of tense really for the past week, ever since he had had this big argument with his 25-year-old son, Greg. Greg had always been very shy and mild-mannered and really close with his dad. In fact, he was the best man at Jack and Linda's wedding. But recently, Greg's life had been falling off the rails. He was in the middle of a divorce, he was struggling with drinking and drug abuse, and he'd been missing shifts at work. And so earlier that month, he had come by to ask Jack for money because his house was about to be foreclosed on. And Jack had drawn a line and said no. He told Greg that if he wanted to keep his house, he'd have to clean up his act and get back to work. And so that had led to a very big fight. And so now Linda had a feeling that Jack was genuinely worried that he'd done real damage to his relationship with Greg, perhaps irreparably. Because something pretty similar had also happened with Jack's other son, Travis. About 7 years earlier, when Travis was 21, he and Jack had gotten into this big argument that was so bad, Travis moved out, and then the two of them had not spoken since for 7 years. So Linda thought Jack must be worried that that would be the same thing that would happen with him and Greg. So while Jack washed his hands, Linda rubbed his shoulders and told him not to worry about Greg. He had a good head on his shoulders, and he just needed a little nudge to get back on track, and that's all Jack had done. She reassured him that he'd made the right call and Greg would get through this rough patch sooner or later. Then Linda set the table and called the family to dinner. A little while later, after they'd eaten and cleaned up, Linda looked up at the clock and realized it was getting kind of late. Damien had preschool in the morning, and she didn't want him to be tired and grumpy. So she scooped him up and took him to his room upstairs to get ready for bed. She helped him change into his PJs, she brushed his teeth, then tucked him in, gave him a kiss goodnight, and closed the door. Linda went back downstairs, and before long, she and Jack were getting ready for bed too. Before long, Linda was in her bedroom, she had turned on a lamp, she had changed into her PJs and crawled under the covers. And then once Jack was settled in next to her, she turned off the light, and they fell asleep. But several hours later, Linda was suddenly woken up by this horribly loud noise, and she sat up and looked around, and when her eyes finally adjusted to the darkness, she gasped. The next morning, at a church a mile away from Linda and Jack's house, a preschool teacher was getting ready to start class, but she noticed there was an empty chair in her classroom. One of her students, 4-year-old Damien Huffman, was late. She knew Damien's great-grandparents led busy lives and had several different jobs and businesses, so she figured they must just be running late. So she began class and hoped they would just drop Damien off before he missed too much. And about an hour later, at 9:30 a.m., she was leading the class in morning sing-alongs when Damien suddenly came sprinting into the classroom. Now, at first, the teacher was relieved that Damien had shown up. But then she realized Damien looked frazzled and out of breath, and he didn't have his backpack, and he was wearing PJs, and there was the smear of something brown on his shirt. She ran over to him and knelt down next to him and realized the brown spot was dried blood. The teacher asked Damien what was going on, and he looked at her with this scared, confused expression, and he told her his great-grandparents' faces were melting. Over this past winter break, when myself, my wife, and my 3 kids were home, about 15 minutes later, a police sergeant named Mark Whitaker, along with his partner, drove down a secluded road toward a farmhouse in rural Ohio. Sergeant Whitaker had been a detective for the Darke County Sheriff's Department for 5 years, and he was in charge of the investigative unit. So when the department had gotten a very strange 911 call that morning from a local preschool, he was sent out to investigate. According to the preschool teacher, a 4-year-old student named Damien Huffman had come into school covered in blood, out of breath, saying something about his great-grandparents' faces being, melting. The teacher identified the great-grandparents as Linda and Jack Myers. Now, Whitaker had no idea what Damien meant when he had said that their faces were melting, or what kind of situation, Whitaker and his partner would be walking into when they got to the farm. But he had a feeling it would not be good. They pulled up to the farm and parked at the end of the long gravel road. And when Whitaker got out of his car, he immediately noticed how eerily quiet it was. There was another farmhouse just across the road and a few more on the horizon, but otherwise they were surrounded by empty fields.
Oh, lordy. Hopefully we don't get shot in the fucking face again, dude. You know what? We're gonna push up and go after this spawn right here. I hear you, motherfucker. We might be able to third party these boys. Chunky bastard right there. That was the third party we were looking for. Jeez, guy. Let's go pull up and introduce myself. Wait, what the fuck? Are there shots over here? Me no likey. Me no fucking likey. We're gonna clear out over here. I hear the dude VoIPing in there. Oh wait, no. Oh, that's a duck. I haven't even done that shit yet, to be honest. Oh, perfect fucking nade, boys. It might have just been these two bad guys, to be honest. I think it was. A level 52. Oh my god, they're both doing the same quest. Gross, dude. He's using Luger? I hear you, little ducky. I'll be over there here in a sec, though. Oh, you know what? I did not come in with nades. Oh, I forgot. These are bigger stacks now, boys. I don't remember what test drive. That might be test drive 2 or 3 or some shit. Hopefully there's no bad guys in here. That fucking head always makes me think there's a PMC down there just fucking camping. Fuck! Boo! I want to say he was probably at the front door next to the metal scanner thingy. That motherfucker probably had an MP5 too. We'll find out here in a sec, though. Oh my god. Fucking 17 KD. It's possible. He has less than 100 raids. We're still going to report him just to be on the safe side. God damn, yeah, he's fucking geared. That, well, I probably could have killed him. Maybe. Maybe. I had 5581. Dark, enjoy the kid, guy. You fucking asshole, bro! I don't know what gun we're coming with next. Oh, I didn't have the chatty bot on. I didn't even see you over there. Sorry about that, Cobb. Should be another... Oh, Cobb, GG's, bro. Yeah, so I pulled up on you guys. It was a third party. You killed that dude, and then, What up, Timmy? Sorry, bro, I didn't even have my little chatty bot on. No notification, dude. But, no, I pulled up on you, and... Yeah, I knew you were going to search that body. I was like looking through you through the bushes, though. And then right as you stood up, I think that's when I hit that shot. How have you been, Timmy? Bro, I've been busy with work, dude. I dropped 2 of them in the garage, then you dropped me. Good shit, man. How far along are you on your test drive, dude? I know that quest's kind of a motherfucker, man. I used to love the MP5. It used to be my favorite fucking gun. And... I don't know, it just doesn't hit as hard as it used to, though, to be honest. That task is kind of a fucking hassle. Oh, bro, we've been busy as fuck at work, dude. My leadership was like, hey, wealthy bum, we need you to come in Friday to Saturday. And, yeah, so I got off at 06. Yeah, I had to stick around for a little bit longer, though, unfortunately. But... Federal holiday, so we have I have Monday off. I'm going to nights, dude. Fucking 1800 to 6 in the morning, dude. It's gonna kind of suck, but it is what it is, though. I used to stem. Beep. I don't. You know what? Actually, I already have a gun set up, dude. That's what we're gonna run. I think I have. Oh, bro, it'd be that way sometimes, though. Oh, we got some black rocks and we got a Burkett. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty fucking good. Oh shit, I was gonna ask, Cobb, was that your teammate that just smoked me, dude? The dude with the extremely high KD, but it's definitely possible because he has less than 100 raids in. Gotta run some errands today. I'll be back later. Ooh. Timmy, good luck on your task. Your IRL task, dude. Bro, I have everything done, so I can just relax for the next few days, which is fucking nice, dude, because it has been a busy fucking week, bro. Fuck that noise. I don't even know why I'm still using BCP. I have so much M80. It's a mentality thing. I'm going to be saving my M80A1 993, all the really good rounds, for when I go to Terminal, though, so I am kind of looking forward to that. Gross. Alright, we should be good. Damn, dude, I've died every fucking raid on Ground Zero. This place is kind of a cesspool. This will be a fun gun run, though. I was kind of curious. I don't even know if Cobb's still there, dude. Are you going to hit that prestige button? I don't know how far... Oh, yeah, you're still pushing towards Kappa. For Prestige 1, I don't know if you have to do the story shit, bro. But for Prestige 3 to 4, I have to do this shit. Dude, it's fucking cancer. We're doing Blue Fire right now, then I gotta do the ticket. And then I should be Gucci after that. And they lowered the levels from 55 to 47. But my ass is about to hit fucking 60, dude. A little bit of overkill. Alright. I think we're good. The scientist. I need to go to the scientist. Cancel insurance. I didn't even know that was a button. I was thinking about just dropping that or that killer. Dude, I have so many class 5s.
It's in every direction. Whitaker began walking towards the front door when he saw the front door was already wide open, but there was no clear sign of forced entry. But nonetheless, Whitaker and his partner reflexively drew their weapons and they stepped inside the house. Whitaker began calling out to see if anybody was home, but there was no response. From where he was standing, he saw there was another open door in the house that led to a set of...
You know what? We might... What is this? Sean Ryan? Wes Huff. This might be the most important biblical something. We might watch that after this, to be honest. We still have like 1 or 2 more Mr. Ballin videos, but then we'll probably go to Sean Ryan after that. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on for. Probably like another 2-3 hours.
...set of stairs that went down presumably to the basement. Whitaker ignored the basement for now and instead continued clearing the first floor. So he went into the kitchen, and once he was sure it was clear, he continued down the hallway until he found a doorway that led into a bedroom. And when he went inside that bedroom, he found Damien's great-grandparents, Jack and Linda Myers. And they were lying in their bed, side by side, and he could tell immediately they were both dead. Now, Jack was actually lying on his stomach.
You know who it could probably be? It might be their daughter's ex-boyfriend or whatever, the father of the son. Well, I don't know. That would be extremely fucked up for you to kill your son's grandparents and then allow your kid to walk to school with dried blood on his shirt. Maybe not. It's probably not his dad.
And he could tell right away there was a big bullet wound on the back of Jack's neck. As for Linda, she was on her back, and she had gunshot wounds to her face and her hand, as if she had raised her hand to defend herself before she was shot. And so at this point, Whitaker and his partner did a full search of the house just to make sure nobody else was there, and it was empty, and so the two went back to the bedroom to begin investigating the bodies. Whitaker put on a pair of latex gloves and touched the wound on Linda's face. And blood was still warm and wet, so he figured likely they'd only been dead for maybe a few hours at most. He looked around the floor, and he didn't see any bullet casings, which meant the killer had gone through the trouble of picking them up afterwards to cover their tracks.
Dude, they should have had like a gun on their like nightstand or I always keep a gun everywhere near me, at least when I'm home.
Then, Whitaker's partner called his attention to this weird plasticky bundle that was lying on a pillow near Jack's head. Whitaker picked it up, and he saw it was a piece of quilting fabric that was balled up and covered in masking tape. His best guess was that it was a homemade gun silencer. The killer likely taped it to the end of their gun to muffle the sound of the blast, and it must have, blown off at some point when they actually began shooting. Immediately, Whitaker wondered if this was a silencer, why the killer would need one so far out in the middle of nowhere. But when Whitaker left the bedroom and went up a flight of stairs to the room right above where the murders had taken place, he found another bedroom that was full of stuffed animals and toy trucks.
If it was the dad, maybe he wasn't trying to wake up the son. That's the only thing I can think of. Because they are out in the country, though, so I don't know.
It was obviously Damien's room. And it was at this point that Whitaker realized, very likely the killer must have known there was going to be a toddler sleeping right upstairs when they did this, and so they needed the silencer in order to not wake the child when they committed this murder.
That does kind of implicate the dad, though.
So this meant that the killer almost certainly knew Jack and Linda personally. Within minutes, more officers from the Dark County Sheriff's Office swarmed the property. Whitaker went outside to supervise them, and pretty quickly, a forensics officer called him over to look at a set of footprints that they had found in the mud. Whitaker followed the trail of footprints around the side of the house to a basement window. The window pane had been pried off, leaving an open hole that was just big enough for a person to squeeze through. Whitaker crouched down and looked through the open space, and he could see inside there was a set of stairs leading up to the main part of the house. And so he realized this must have been how the killer got inside. And it was also why, when they had first gone inside, that they had seen the door to the basement standing wide open. And so this only made Whitaker more sure that this crime had to have been committed by somebody close to this couple, because the killer obviously knew the layout of Linda and Jack's house. Whitaker told the forensics officer to make a cast of the footprints so they could figure out what type and size of shoe the killer was wearing. And then as Whitaker stood back up, he noticed something else. The phone lines that were running along the side of the house had clearly been severed. The killer clearly had planned ahead and made sure that nobody in this house could call for help. Just then, a truck pulled up at the end of the road, and a woman got out and started walking toward the house. Whitaker quickly went over to stop her from getting too close to the crime scene, and he asked her what she needed. And she said she was a neighbor who lived at the next property over. She said that she had seen the police cars coming down the road, and she didn't really know what was going on, but she felt like she had information that...
Oh, God. Hopefully we don't run into a shitload of bad guys. this is going to be a wild spawn. Well, that's fucked. Chill, chill, chill.
Hell no.
Fucking A, dude. Those little turds are lucky I got third party, dude. I was gonna put them in the dirt where they fucking belong. I died to another motherfucker with an MP5. It's driving me fucking insane, dude. Now let's go back to our bod.
That they might want. The neighbor said that around 4:30 that morning, she'd seen a minivan leaving the Myers farm. It had been so dark that she hadn't been able to see what color it was, but it had stuck out to her because as far as she knew, the Myers did not own a minivan. And so hearing this, Whitaker realized, this woman may have seen the killer leaving the property. And if that was true, it meant the murders most likely happened before 4.
Damn, boys. What up, Chris? Bro, did I kill your fucking teammate, dude? We're gonna go back in time and watch this because as far as I was tracking, I only killed the dude that came up to the garage door, bro. What the fuck? I must have killed that first fucking guy, to be honest, dude. I didn't even see him go down. There was no audio cue. My mate lived. He killed the other guy. I was tracksuit. Yeah, tracksuit, or Crips. Dude, I think I got a lucky-ass shot on you, bro. We're gonna go back and take a look at this, though, dude. I did not see that I killed that first guy, bro. That was insane. See, this was a lucky shot on you, but that first one, though, dude, I didn't know I killed this fucking guy over here. See, I heard movement to my right. I threw a nade, and I'm pretty certain you guys pulled up because you guys heard that nade. And then I heard a two-stack running in here. I'm like, fuck, these boys look kind of thick. Oh, dude, you're fucking right, bro. It was the fucking nade. I knew I heard something over there, but you guys were the bigger threat, though. See, I threw this nade right over here, dude. That was it. That audio cue right there, bro. See, no death moan. What the fuck? Oh, yeah, grenade kills, 100%. Fuck. Alright. And that bad guy shot me in the fucking head with his little MP5. That's fucked. That lag spike right there pissed me off, dude. I had to get the fuck away. These boys were smart, too. They were trying to... Oh, when I was coming down here, dude, I was so vulnerable right now. I think you guys played it smart, though. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys were trying to encircle me, right? Because that's... If I had a teammate, that's probably what I would have done. Or that... We've done that in the past, too, actually. Bro, that had me a little scared with you running back and forth. I'm like, fuck, dude, this is a bigger player. Chill, chill, chill.
Hell no.
Fucking A, dude. Tracksuit, yeah. But this is where I got that head tap, though. Fuck. I kept looking to the right, dude. I was waiting for your teammate to pull up on me, dude. I was like, this is not a good position I'm in right now. I'm just surprised about that grenade kill, dude. I heard no fucking death moan, dude. No, yeah, that was a pretty clean shot, bro. So the dude that killed me had like 10k fucking hours, too, dude. He was doing his test drive shit, man. I keep running into all these dudes doing their test drive shenanigans. I literally... Bro, I just need to do Blue Fire, and then I can go start fucking around on Terminal. And then we're going to be pushing achievements after that. I think what we're going to probably do is Partisan first, so I still need 5 more kills. And then we're going to fuck around with Snowball, dude. See if we can actually pull it. We'll see. What up, Mr. Elite?
What's up?
Big chillin', baby. He did. He killed the guy towards the medic, at least. Oh, Chris, you lucky bastard, bro. When they did that event a few years back, or like a year and a half, 2 years ago, 5-sack would work. I came close on 3 occasions, dude. I was literally extracting out of Shoreline and Reserve. I was about to head to Lighthouse, go kill Partisan. Not Partisan, Zerachi. Yep. And no, I kept dying to fucking extract campers, dude. I thought they would have brought that event back, but they haven't, dude, and it pisses me off. Yeah, my buddy did it legitimately last swipe, dude. And the spawn rates for the bosses were way less, so I think I can get it this swipe, to be honest. Bro, they keep fucking killing me. Yep, yeah.
Dude,
I'm kind of pissed I lost out on that opportunity, to be honest, dude, but it is what it is, though.
I got logged out on my Twitch account. I'm trying to log back in.
Oh, you got logged out?
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
I'm not getting the email for this code, so it's not letting me log in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, those emails are... Bro, they're pretty bad, to be honest, dude. Oh, yeah, this is back when I was using this gun. Fuck, I don't have any more BS, dude. Alright, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm just not getting any of them.
Oh, shit. So, Chris, bro, I'm doing the storyline shit right now, and I need to go to Ground Zero. I keep fucking dying, dude. What I'm trying to do is Blue Fire. So I need to get up to the scientist's office, grab this item, leave, and then when I'm done with that, I think... Where the fuck do I don't even know. We've been watching the video on it. But... Yeah, bro, I keep running into fucking bad guys, dude. It is the most unfortunate thing ever. But it is what it is, though. Bro, the PvP is popping on Ground Zero, though. Which, honestly, I don't want to fucking PvP right now, though, so it's not good for me.
Oh, I've been looking for a bunch of PvP.
Have you?
Yeah, I'm trying to do Test Drive Part 1. and I was gonna do it on
Wait,
Ground Zero.
that's SR25, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Did you want to come to Ground Zero with me?
Well, I mean, I don't want to like go fight people while you're doing something.
I don't give a fuck, bro. I've been running these bad guys constantly, dude. I get a couple kills and then get fucking smoked in the back of the head.
See, I got 4 out of 10, so I need like 6 more kills.
Wait, Elite, what is your name?
Sorry, only head.
Oh my god. Oh, dude, Crips, man, that was a fun achievement too, to be honest, bro. I think it's one of the rarest ones I have. Well, you know what? We can verify real quick.
Wait, can you send me another invite? I didn't get it.
Yep, give me 1 second. Let's see.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, bro, that's the rarest one, dude. I enjoyed the fuck out of that achievement, to be honest. I just went to factory and was fucking talking mad shit, dude, fucking with dudes. When I did, I just ran factory, same. Oh, bro, it was fun. There were some good interactions, to be honest, dude. It was towards the end of wipe, so I was just telling guys, I'm like, dude, we got like a week until wipe. It's like, pull out that knife and go for glory. And most of them did, though, too, which was pretty nice. They didn't know I had elite strength, though, so I did get them. Not all of them, obviously. I kept running into this, like, level 70 plus, dude. I don't remember what his name was, dude, and he would whoop my ass 3 times in a row. So I brought him in the Discord, and him and I were over there just running around doing more melee kills. That was last wipe. Yeah, bro, I don't need these fucking kills, dude. So help me kill bad guys so I can get my fucking item and get the hell out of Ground Zero.
Got you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, bro, it's fucking cancer. Wait, Chris, what were you guys doing there? Because I don't think you guys had MP5s, unless you guys did. I don't know. Alright, let's go in.
I'm trying to find this. I'm trying to build my kit right now. I just got on Tarkov.
Did you just wake up or what?
It's sort of, yeah. I just went to the store and then, yeah.
I feel it. Bro, I've been up since... I think I got up at like 10 o'clock last night. But I had to go to work from midnight till 6, though, to be honest, so...
Is it the...
Oh, dude, have you done the ducks? I haven't done the ducks yet. Chris was doing the event right now. I need to do that later, though. Probably do that later on, or probably tonight, to be honest.
Yeah, I found one of them.
Oh, you did? Well, there's one outside of that fucking garage, though, dude. So the previous raid, I killed a bad guy. Or 2. No, I think it was 1. But I kept hearing the duck, like, fucking chirp and whatnot. I was like, alright. Is there more quests after that, Chris? Or do you just need, like... I think it's like 20 ducks or something like that. I'm not 100% on it.
Dude, this is, like, so expensive to build.
What are you building right now?
The SR.
Dude, I have an SR. Well, I'll bring it into you for a different one. Oh, fuck, dude. I didn't know it was 60 ducks, dude. Alright, that might take a little bit of time. Oh, I thought you needed a... Oh, dude, you need to check this out. If you're loading in a raid, bro, check this nonsense out. You got a little bit of time to kill. Dude, I got so fucking... Not that. So fucking lucky. Look at this, dude. Alright, so I killed a scav or like 2 days ago or whatever. I pull a fucking Bitcoin out. Oh, what the fuck is this? Oh my god, dude. Dude, the scav had a fucking Bitcoin, baby!
I cannot pull out of that.
Dude, what did I say? Good things happen to good people. And I'm the goodest of all people, boys.
You are not a good person.
Shut your bitch ass up.
You are a terrorist.
I'm not bringing a bag either.
Bro, what you get?
Bro, check this shit out, Chris. Or Crips, sorry.
Oh, well, so yesterday morning, I'm sleeping on the fucking couch. Because the litter boxes are in my room and I didn't clean out the litter boxes.
Bro, that takes like 2 seconds.
Yeah, but it was already like...
Oh my fucking god, dude. I just found a marked room key too, boys! Yo,
Okay,
I told you, I'm the goodest fucking person, dude. I am literally the goodest fucking person ever, dude. It was fucking incredible. Nice happened to the
51
nicest
on this
people,
one,
dude.
Wealthy.
This...
Dropped 51.
Don't care, bro. Marked room, biddy, baby. Marked room and biddy. That was fucking incredible, dude. Holy shit. Elite, you almost done, dude, or what?
Yeah, dude. I'm like, I just finished it.
Oh, yeah. Crips, I got lucky as fuck, bro. That was insane, dude. It was kind of nice, to be honest. If only things like that happened more often.
Gun. Okay.
Oh, what? Dude, I didn't even know keys spawned in there until like a few weeks ago. So anytime I run by that bunker, I'd be checking it out now, though.
Alright.
Oh. Hey, if you die after this one, I have an SR-25 I don't plan on using in my insurance. So just remind me and you can have it.
Alright.
Do those kills have to be on specific maps, or is it any map?
It's any map.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it is pretty nice.
Alright, man. GG's. Oh! Crips, I appreciate you stopping by, man. Yeah, take it easy, man. Good luck. Or tell your boy I said good luck, dude. Hopefully he catches his fucking kills, dude. Hopefully I can get my fucking item without dying again. We'll see. Alright, Elite. I am going to mute. Be safe. Later, man. Good luck on the raids. I gotta go pee-pee.
4:30 in the morning. And so this was potentially quite useful. And so he thanked the neighbor, and after she left, he went back inside the house to look for more clues. He really wanted to piece together a motive. You know, he felt strongly that whoever had done this knew Linda and Jack, but that doesn't mean that the motive is clear. You know, there could be any number of reasons they would attack them. Maybe it was a robbery. Maybe they were just, getting revenge or something. He didn't know. But as he began walking around the house, he found a literal deposit bag full of cash in the living room, which certainly suggested that this was not a robbery, because that would certainly have been taken. And also, there were some pretty expensive electronics in the living room that also had not been touched. So robbery seemed to be out the door. But when Whitaker went back upstairs to take a closer look at the toddler's bedroom, he noticed something odd. There was a little red stain on the bedding that looked like dried blood. While forensics teams were still combing over the farmhouse, another investigator assigned to the case, a guy named Detective Mike Burns, went to the local preschool to speak to 4-year-old Damien. Burns was a father himself, and he felt an immediate connection to this little boy, who at this point looked scared and very confused. Now, he knew it was going to be very difficult for Damien to rehash something that was so traumatic, but Damien was the only potential witness in the house when his great-grandparents were killed. So speaking to him was the police's best bet at figuring out what happened. And so Burns sat down on the floor with Damien inside of a private room, and he asked him to explain what had happened that morning. Damien, in a 4-year-old way, said he'd woken up around 8:45 and the house had been very quiet, so he'd gotten out of bed and went into his great-grandma.
Bro, there's like stories out there with like, well, can 2-year-olds talk? I think they can. But like 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, they talk of like a previous life though. It's fucking insane. And then there's a few stories too where the parents are intrigued, so they start doing the research and they try to find who the previous life was, and they're able to find articles and whatnot, dude. It's insane.
Grandparents' bedroom. And then he said that both of them had been in bed, and he thought they were sleeping. But when he tried to wake them up, they wouldn't move. And then he realized there was blood on their face. And he said he had tried to wipe the blood off with Kleenex wipes. But there was so much of it that he realized something was very wrong. He thought for a second that their faces were melting. And so, to save his great-grandparents, he had run the full mile down the road to his preschool to get help. Burns was surprised that this 4-year-old could remember and articulate so much about such an awful experience. But he was very grateful because the child's story explained why there was
That's a smart 4-year-old.
blood on Damien's shirt. However, it did not explain why they'd also found blood on Damien's bed. So he asked Damien if he had gone back into his own room after finding his great-grandparents. Damien said no. He'd gone straight out the front door and gone to his school. Burns thought there had to be more to the story, though, because otherwise he just couldn't explain how blood wound up in Damien's room.
Bloodbath and tree be beating on me. If y'all heard my song, we'd all get along.
The guy that you're watching, I love watching him.
Oh, Mr. Ballin?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%, bro. Oh, dude, we got a good spawn. Wait. Did we get a good spawn? Oh, we did. Alright, I need you to take point. There's going to be a spawn inside here. Kill it.
Where are we going to go?
Inside this building. Go in the garage.
Oh, I hear that fucking duck, dude.
What the fuck, bro? I come here with you and nothing? It's like they know.
They know I'm here, dude.
I know.
They don't want to fuck with me. Is that your laser? You scared shit out of me.
Be careful down here. These fucking guys be ratting over here, bro. They killed me earlier that way. You know what? It's kind of nice having a teammate, actually. I don't feel as afraid and alone.
You gotta go up there.
No, not here. I need to grab that scientist key, and then we gotta go up to that room where that task is there. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I'm gonna go clear it.
Oh. Alright. I'm getting the key.
Alright, it looks good up here.
Does it? Nice.
Yeah. Maybe I should have brought a backpack, but it's okay.
I got a bag you can have.
Huh?
I got a bag you can have.
No, it's good, it's good. I'm not trying to do a bunch of looting.
That's fine. Fucking noise, mate. Fucking noise. Yes, blue planet alone needs to be sent to regular mail. I guess higher ups would think to look for a civilian package. Alright, we'll have to find out where I need to go after this. It's not labs. I already did labs earlier.
Wait.
Oh, we gotta go to streets after this, dude. Alright.
Alright.
Alright, let's just get the fuck out of here, dude. I'm so tired of this stupid fucking map, to be honest, dude. Holy fuck, I just found a military bandage.
Oh, nice.
Alright, let's see.
I got like $3,000 on me. I don't know if that's enough for a car.
Oh, we're not taking car. Let's go to...
Oh.
Alright, you know what, we could. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Car's a good idea. Come back here. I'll put some money inside of the old bastard over here. Nice.
Yeah, I usually bring enough money for things. I usually bring enough money for car extracts, but guess I didn't have enough.
Alright, good, bro. So we gotta be careful out here, dude.
Yeah, that fucking duck's annoying.
Oh, you know, don't we have to shoot it?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm not too concerned about the duck right now.
Is that a scav? That's a scav. I'm not gonna fuck with it.
Is a car always here on this map?
I think so. Yeah, it's here.
You want to pay for it? Please?
Yeah, I got it.
See, I don't even think I have to live, but honestly, I don't want to die, though.
Just paid for it.
Alright. 25, 30. Bro, what the fuck, man? I roll up here with you and just, like, there's literally no one around. We haven't heard any fucking gunshots yet.
Ooh, I heard like a big sniper earlier.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I haven't heard jack, bro.
That was like on the far end of the map though. It's probably they were just shooting a scav probably. Nothing too crazy. It's like there's 15 seconds left.
Oh my god, you are my good luck charm, dude. Hopefully I don't get naded.
Getting hit back nated.
I wonder how long the stream is. Maybe like 2.5 hours so far. 2.5? Oh, no more coffee. Motherfucking time is it? Bye. 10:30. Wait, did you say you had to go up to? You went up to the store earlier?
Yeah.
Like a mini mart, or did you like grocery shopping or something?
No, just like a small store. I just had to get some flowers and stuff.
Oh, for like Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Nice.
Boy's going on a date later.
Are you? Good shit. Good shit.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Wait, where you plan on taking her? Or him, bro? Where you taking him, dude?
It's a her. It's a her. All right.
She had her penis removed. It's a girl now. Okay, it's like holy shit, Elite, you're a wild man. Bro, you want me to bring you in some M80?
I mean, if you want to, yeah.
Wait, why the fuck are you wearing that arm? Oh my god, dude. I'll bring you in an armor. Why are you so poor right now? What have you been doing?
I have no idea actually. I've been trying to transfer a bunch of money to my Tarkov account. Just haven't been doing that lately.
Oh.
That's how I always stay wealthy.
Be staying fucking poor, bro. Playing Tarkov on extra hardcore mode. Alright, you need some M80.
I'm going to this hibachi restaurant.
Oh, bro, hibachi's pretty good, dude.
Yeah.
Up to you. I've got a stack of M80, so if you want to, you can pull out like the first 5 rounds, or pull out 5 rounds on each of your mag, and then make sure your chambered round isn't BCP. And then do 15 BCP in each of those mags, and I'll bring you an extra, what was that, 5, 10, 15, 20, I'll bring you an extra 21 rounds, just to be on the safe side. Then I'll give you a stack of dopest dope I ever smoked. And then whenever we start, we'll just have you load your mags and whatnot. I would still keep, I mean it's up to you, but maybe keep half a stack of BCP off to the side.
I don't think I need 50 rounds. I'm not that bad at the game.
Yeah, especially an SR, dude. I mean that's like Scourge, dude. Scourge's ass would be using a... Oh, I need to bring you an armor. Scourge's ass would be using a 50 rounder with an SR. I'm like, bro, that thing's semi. What the fuck are you doing with all that?
Hey, dude, I be mag dumping, all right.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Why do I have like this yellow outline?
Oh, because it's insured, most likely.
But this isn't though. This is. But this isn't.
Oh, interesting, dude. I don't know. That's a good question.
It's the same for this, too. This.
Well, I wonder if it's doing it for me. Oh, it is. Yeah, bro. It looks like any container has that red outline for some reason.
I was trying to run interchange a couple weeks ago, and then I just got smoked and just stopped playing.
A couple weeks ago?
Yeah. I was so mad.
Why the fuck can I not put a front plate on this? Alright. What were you doing on interchange?
I was just trying to get some money and kill some scavs.
Oh, I know what plate this is. We'll get you a fresher plate.
And I went to that one pharmacy place to go loot it. And there was nothing in there.
Bro, I've been finding lead X's and shit out of there. It's actually been kind of clutch.
That's why I bought the key, and I was so disappointed not finding anything good in there.
Oh no, you'll make your money back. You probably just got unlucky, to be honest. Alright, let me see.
And then as soon as I walked out the door, right in the front entrance, someone peeked and killed me.
Do be that way sometime.
So I guess I was just really unlucky that day, and yeah.
Oh, bro, I got max scav rep this way. This is the first time I ever had it. I'm at 6.34. Yeah, so it has like a little crown section for like, and honestly, the deals are pretty fucking good, dude. Yeah, the deals are incredible. Like for buying armor, bro. Not that I fucking need armor, but.
Oh, what are you trying to say, Wealthy?
I mean, dude, you get elite scav rep. Like, there's some shit, dude. Alright, let me find out what I need to do next. Give me one
I
sec.
got 2.31
Do you?
scab rep right now. Yeah. It's like the highest I've been.
Honestly, I have done probably 33, 35 scav raids this entire wipe. And I think most of that rep for me is coming from using that SUV, dude.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
as long as you space them apart. Alright, let me take a look at this.
Tapes that we can find for the
Oh, yeah, we gotta go streets. Alright, that's fine.
Do you got everything for me?
I do. Armor, and then a stack and a half of ammo so you can pack whenever we get in.
Alright.
I got the rust key for some reason. I think we are good. Yeah, let's fucking send it.
I'll be back.
Dodger.
for this quest, with the first one being on the desk behind the counter. So just to the right of this dead scav body on top of this desk will be the first tape. And then over here in this far right-hand corner in between the two doors on top of this, I believe what is a coffee machine is going to be the tape number 2. And then taking a right and heading into the long hallway, then you do want to go into the last door on your left before the double doors, which will bring you into some form of a storage room. And then on the desk in the back right-hand corner, just in front of the keyboard, is going to be post tape number 3. And this is going to be the most important one, which will actually give you an objective completed. So after your objective does update, then it will ask you to go and locate the Rust post office car. So heading out this office and then taking a left through these double doors, and you will want to take your first right, which will lead you out of this building. And then directly in front of us will be the blue Rust post van. Now this is where
This is kind of out in the open, but I think we'll be fine.
you will require the Rust post office key, and if you did forget to bring it in, then as mentioned earlier, there is a static spawn every street raid beside the rear passenger wheel. You can go ahead and pick that up now, or just use the one that you did bring in the raid with you. Now opening up this trunk, you will see a blue folder on the floor in the middle of the trunk, and once you do pick this up and read it, then your blue fire chapter will be totally completed, and then you will get your achievement. So hopefully this guide helped you guys to get
Oh, nice, dude. I don't even have to survive either, boys. That's some good shit.
tell. So in PMCs here on streets and then turning around and heading inside the post office, you will have 3 different tapes that we can find for this quest, with the first one being on the
So he brought over a dollhouse, and he asked Damien to go ahead and act out everything that had happened the night before, using toys to represent himself and his great-grandparents. Damien put the toy that represented himself into bed in one room, and then he put Jack and Linda into the bed in the other room. And he said everybody went to sleep at their normal bedtimes. But later, in the middle of the night, he heard his bedroom door open, and he said somebody came inside. Burns asked Damien who it was, and Damien paused, and then he said, "The green monster." At first,
That's gotta be pretty traumatic. Hopefully that 4-year-old barely remembers any of this as he gets older.
Burns wasn't really sure what to make of this. He wondered if Damien was just imagining things or describing a nightmare or something. But then Damien set the toys down, and then to represent this green monster, he used his fingers to crawl across the floor of the dollhouse toward Damien's bed. Damien said he had heard the door open in his room, and he had opened his eyes just a little bit, but he didn't want to give away that he was fully awake, so he was just squinting his eyes. And he said when he did that, he saw the green monster right next to his bed. And the green monster was pointing a gun at him. And Damien was so terrified, he said he shut his eyes and just pretended to be asleep. And then he said when he opened his eyes again, the green monster was gone. After hearing this, Burns realized that Damien's recollection was almost certainly not a dream. More likely than not, Damien had come face to face with his grandparents' killer. They were the green monster.
The killer pointed the gun at the kid. I don't think it's his dad any longer, dude. Well, I don't know. Some parents do kill their kids, though, so it's possible. It's fucking possible.
After leaving the preschool, the next priority for Detective Burns was to speak to Damien's mother, 19-year-old Amber Holscher. And so the detective drove out to Amber's house, which was in a nearby town, and when he rang the doorbell, she answered right away. Now, at this point, nobody in the family had been notified yet about the murders, so Amber seemed to have no idea why a detective was now standing on her doorstep. Now, Burns knew this, and so he said to her, "Can I please come inside? We need to speak." And so, confused, Amber said okay, and she let him inside, and they sat down in the living room. And then Burns said to her, very gently, that her grandparents, Linda and Jack Myers, were no longer with them. But when Amber heard this, she just looked confused and asked what he meant, like, where are they? So Burns took a deep breath, and he clarified that they were deceased. Amber looked completely shocked and immediately asked, "Is Damien dead too?" But Burns said, no, he's alive, but he's going to be kept in protective custody for a while in case whoever killed Jack and Linda try to hurt him too. And until they narrowed down the suspects, Damien would not be allowed to see anybody in the family, including her, his own mother. At this point, Amber just began to cry. Burns felt horrible for her, but really he was thinking about Damien. He knew he had to solve this case as quickly as possible because every day that he didn't would be another day that Damien would have to spend alone without any family to comfort him. Based both on Amber's reaction to the news and the fact that Damien did not mention seeing his mother on the night of the
Work time, baby. Oh, yeah. Okay, watch out. You repack that. I'm gonna go outside and make sure this spawn doesn't pull up on us. Alright, we need to make our way to the post office. Oh, hey, did you repack your mags, all of them? Also, Elite, I can't hear you talking if you're talking.
I was... my mic was muted.
No, you're good, you're good. You know what? We're gonna go head up security, Concordia, and then we'll move up to the objective. Dope. Why don't you do some looting? Grab some of this stuff.
There's someone down here.
Oh yeah, huh?
See UMP on the ground. What's his name with him? Oh. Oh shit.
Oh yeah, I was looking at that earlier.
Oh, I'm not picking that up. I already got one.
I went outside to the right a little bit. Oh, we got a scav all the way down there, back left.
Are you over here?
No. Is there someone near you?
No, I don't. I just don't know where you went.
Directly in front of you, out that door.
Oh, right here?
Yep.
Oh, I saw you. That's just scav.
I'm trying to think of our best way up. Or do we go kill this spawn? We could. No, we'll just make our way over to, get on pain. We'll just make our way over to construction and work our way down.
Alright.
Fuck you, scav!
Did you see that clip that Landmark killed the BTR driver?
I did, from like a week or two ago.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Fucking, yeah. He's not the only one, bro. There's been some other folks that have killed him, too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'll see... Oh, nice. I got 44 strength. I'll see it periodically on the subreddit. Oh, sniper scav.
Missed me.
There might be someone inside check. Yeah, you're getting shot at. Oh, that's PMC. Keep running, keep running. Ooh. Oh,
I'm
no.
out of stamina.
Yep. Motherfuck. Don't run where I just came from.
Is he on the right?
He's, I think in check 15, I'm pretty certain. Yeah, hold down that position for the time being. What do you think? 545 BT, I think?
Yeah, I saw some tracer. And that sounds like an AK. Wait.
I
I hear
don't
someone,
know.
I hear someone.
Do you? He doesn't know about you. Hold that position down.
That's a scav. You scav see me?
Fuck, I died. God damn it, there was someone inside of here, dude. There's a PMC to your right, and to your building to your left, there's a bad guy in there.
Right here?
I mean, he's inside the building.
Oh.
I was gonna go in that building and try to get eyes on the dude that had you locked down.
Oh, I hear him. That's gotta be it. Run, Biggie!
Lob a nade. You're safe.
Huh?
Lob a nade.
I don't have nade. Wow. This guy's good.
Make him push you. You died by a third person, bro. So the one I died to, the building left, then you had the dude out back, and then that dude to your right had a teammate inside check 15. That's fine. I have an SR for you.
I mean, I'm just shocked that guy didn't even die, though. I swear I hit him in the head like a few times.
Yeah, we'll use another NL. I'll bring you in an armor and gun with some packing ammo and stuff.
I'm gonna go transfer some money real quick.
Yeah, you're fine, you're fine. Oh, I pulled all the fucking attachments off this. It's fucking goobers.
It looked like I hit that guy in the head, too. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's possible. Maybe he bounced around.
Isn't it the D2 hybrid that I need on the SR? Or the DT hybrid?
I thought you needed the Schmittenbender.
Yeah, so it's a hybrid 46 suppressor and a scope.
Oh, you do need that hybrid 46. Yeah, you're right, you're right.
Yeah. Come on, Wealthy.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Bro, where the fuck is that suppressor, dude? Oh, there it is.
Alright, 700,000 rubles. I wish I could transfer more. Oh my god. I would transfer all of my money here.
How much do you have on there?
Like 2 mil.
That's not too bad. Some 740 would be kind of nice to use. Let's see. We'll do 2. Fucking nice, mate. Fucking nice. Let's see.
Alright.
You know what? We have some baggy poos. Nice, nice, nice. You know what? I'll bring in some helmet and some ears.
Right.
I'll bring in some heels too. Class 6 to the front. You lucky boy. Alright, I'm good on this end.
Get my money, ref.
Murder.
Alright, I'm up to 1.4
Burns thought
now.
it was highly unlikely that Amber
The what?
I'm up to 1.4 now.
Are you? Nice. Alright, let's see. Oh, I'll send you an invite.
was a suspect, but she could know something that might help the investigation. So once she calmed down, Burns asked her if she knew anyone who might have wanted to hurt her grandparents. And right away, she nodded and she mentioned Damien's father, Andrew Huffman. She said Andrew hated Linda because she wouldn't let him see Damien. In fact, just recently, Andrew had come to Linda's pizza shop and started a fight with her about custody. And it had escalated to the point where Andrew had publicly threatened to kill her. This obviously caught Burns' attention because it made perfect sense as a motive. If Linda and Jack were out of the way, well, Andrew would have an easier time getting custody of Damien. And so he thanked Amber and promised he would be in touch soon. And then as soon as he was back in his car, he called Sergeant Whitaker and he told him what he'd learned. Later that day, Whitaker and his partner made the 2-hour drive to Andrew's address in Newport, Kentucky. When they got there, Andrew quickly came to the door and he let them inside and they sat down and Andrew looked at them like, what's going on? And they told him that Linda and Jack had been murdered. And they watched Andrew for his reaction. And he seemed very surprised, but he definitely did not seem upset. Andrew would then admit that he did not get along with Amber's family. And when Whitaker asked him about that big argument at the pizza shop, Andrew did not deny that he had literally threatened to kill Linda. But he swore he would never actually do it. He said it was just an empty threat he made in the heat of the moment. Still, Whitaker thought Andrew looked very suspicious, so he asked him for an alibi. And Andrew said he'd stayed over at a girl's house on the night of the murder, and in the morning,
Trying to think. I have helmet
what do I
ears
need to bring
for you. You know what? Let me bring you in a death shadow, actually. You know what? Grab ears and a backpack. And then you should be good after that. Because I got your heels in there, too. Yeah, you should be fine after that. Alright. Maybe some
Damn, you
nades.
got a lot. Alright, yeah. Yeah, those nades would have helped me.
Oh, yeah. It would have pushed him out of that fucking spot, or possibly killed him. I didn't know he had a fucking teammate in there, bro. When he died, immediately I knew there was a third guy. So the dude I died, that was third party though, bro. It's possible they could have been a 3-stack, but what's more than likely is when I ran to the left, that was a single third party, and then we have the 2 initially that were shooting at us from check 15.
So I got ears, bag, nades.
Here's bag nades.
Yeah.
Yep, you should be fine. All right, let's see.
He'd stopped by his dad's house and then gone straight to work. And you could ask all those people, and that's where he was. Whitaker wrote all this down and then asked Andrew a few more questions and then thanked him for his time. And then as soon as the detectives left, they immediately went to go check on Andrew's alibi. They went to that girl's house, then they went to Andrew's dad's house, and then they also went to his place of work, and everybody at those 3 locations all confirmed Andrew's alibi. So unless someone was lying, it left no window of time where Andrew could have driven 2 hours away to Ohio to murder Jack and Linda. Whitaker was disappointed that they basically wasted most of the day on this lead that now looked like it wouldn't go anywhere, especially knowing that, again, every moment in this case that it went unsolved was another moment that Damien would have to spend away from his family all alone. The following morning, Detective Burns, the same officer who had spoken to Damien and also his mother Amber, sat inside of his office feeling very frustrated. He had one goal for the day. He wanted to interview Jack's estranged son, 28-year-old Travis Myers. But it was looking like that was going to be harder than he had anticipated. So the day before, a bunch of sheriff's deputies had interviewed Linda and Jack's family and friends. And family members in particular had mentioned that Travis and Jack had some bad blood. And when Burns had dug through the files on Travis, he found out that Travis also had a criminal record. But there was a problem. It appeared that Travis hadn't even been in Ohio in 7 years. The last anybody in the family had heard, he'd moved to Arizona to live with his mother. But when Burns had called the mother that morning, she said that she actually didn't know where Travis was at all. And there was no other address on record for Travis, so Burns basically had no idea where he was. And so he began to wonder, how was he going to track Travis down? And he decided he should start by visiting Travis's younger brother and Jack's other son, whose name was Greg. Burns knew Greg lived only a few towns over, and even though he really wasn't sure how close the brothers might be, it was the only lead he really had. A little while later, Burns showed up at Greg's house and he knocked on the front door. And a moment later, a young man in a baseball cap answered, and he looked very much like he'd been crying. Burns asked if he was Greg Myers, and the young man nodded and stepped aside to let him in. Greg did not seem remotely surprised by this visit. He said the police had already contacted him the night before to tell him about his father and stepmother's murder, and since then, he said he'd just been waiting for somebody to come by and talk to him, because he'd seen enough TV to know that family members were always the first suspects. But when they got into the living room, Burns stopped in his tracks because there was another young man standing in the doorway, and he looked a lot like Greg. Burns asked who it was, and Greg said, "Oh, that's my brother, Travis." Burns couldn't believe his luck. He'd come here hoping to figure out where Travis might be, but he never imagined he would just find Travis standing in Greg's house. And this was a big development, because really, until now, Burns had no idea if Travis was even in the state at the time of the murders. But Greg would actually tell him that Travis had been in Ohio for the past several weeks, staying in an apartment that he had rented right nearby. Burns did think the timing seemed very suspicious. It just seemed way too convenient that Travis had come back into town for the first time in almost a decade, right before Jack and Linda were killed. It just seemed too perfect. And also at this point, it just seemed really suspicious that these two brothers are just standing here waiting for police to come question them. Something felt off. So Burns, operating on a gut instinct, told them both that in order to question them, they actually had to come with him to the station and do it formally down there. Less than an hour later, Detective Burns opened the door of the Darke County Sheriff's Office, and he showed Greg and Travis Myers inside. Now, neither of the brothers were under arrest yet, but Burns had a feeling that by the end of their interviews, one or both of them could be. Burns took Greg into his office for questioning, while Burns' partner took Travis into a room down the hall. As soon as Greg sat down in front of the desk, Burns noticed that he wasn't making eye contact with him. He was sort of acting shifty. But pretty quickly, Greg said he was perfectly willing to tell the detectives anything they wanted if it could help solve his dad and stepmother's murders. And so Burns immediately began asking questions. He asked Greg what he was doing in the early hours of Thursday morning when Jack and Linda were killed. And Greg told him that mostly he was just asleep. That is, until about 4:30 when he got up to go to his job at a factory that was a few towns over.
Bro.
He also said his girlfriend was at home with him the whole night, and she could confirm that. He then said he drove to work in his minivan, and he clocked in at 5:23 a.m.
Give me a minute.
This is a horrible fucking spot, bro.
Alright. Forgot to do something in the stash.
Alright, you know what, fuck it, let's just go this way. That's a scav. Alright, let's go this way.
Oh my god. I'm out of stand.
Alright, hold down that position, and then just make your way over to me once you're good.
Alright. Holy shit. That's me.
Alright, let's keep pressing forward. Better, huh, you stupid ass sniper scav?
These damn scavs, dude.
Motherfucker always crouches or goes prone before I can kill him, dude.
Wow. Glad we're not over there anymore.
No. We're right next to the post office, bro. Wait, we're right where we need to be. Oh, nice. One tape. Two tape. Let me get the third.
Just being here for a little bit.
Yeah. I gotta listen to these. Okay.
Здравствуйте. Вы позвонили в курьерскую службу Почты Руси. Сейчас все операторы заняты. Оставьте сообщение после сигнала.
Курьер Одинцов. Личный номер 2.
Then I hold down that position because I gotta go out to the front and hit that blue van.
Здравствуйте. Вы позвонили в курьерскую службу Почты Руси.
The one I'm looking at.
Yep, directly in the front.
Alright.
Здравствуйте. Вы позвонили в курьерскую службу Почты Руси. Сейчас все операторы заняты. Оставьте сообщение.
Let's see. The Roos car? Did you just jump?
No. I'm moving around a little bit. Trying to do some looting.
I think that's Chick 15. I think we're good. I'm coming up.
So you,
Oh no, yeah, they're up front.
your stream is so delayed to scare the shit out of me.
There's someone at the arch to our right, so they can open that door to your right. Oh my god, the van is right there, bro.
Yeah.
What I need you to do is I need you to go out that one of the windows and look to your right. Because you need PMC kills, but I don't know if that motherfucker is actually popped down the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anything?
I don't see anything. Oh, wait. Glass broken. Do you think I got over here?
Coming back. Hey, don't kill me, guys, please.
Did you get it?
I did. Let me read it, and that should be task completed.
I heard glass break by the playground.
Oh, we just caught an achievement. Alright, looks like we're good on this.
This is me walking back in.
Let's see how rare this achievement is. Learn everything about the blue fire. Alright, what we're going to do, get on Big Boy PK, we're going to hook a right, and then we're going to go to Flare.
Let's send it.
Yarp. Let's see. Let's fucking go, dude! Possibly sniper scav. Oh, we got a scav in front of us too. What?
Damn, damn, damn.
How did you not die, dude? That was a headshot. Bah.
I feel like I got Timulates compared to you.
Bro, I'm only at, well, maybe like 38 endurance. It's getting up there. Supposedly there's a way to, bug your skills so whenever you prestige, you retain your skills. I'm gonna look a little bit closer in that. If I can get that, that'd be clutch as fuck.
Oh my god.
Bro, you can make so much money on this map.
Yeah.
You know what? You want to see if the boss is here? Let's go see if the boss is here.
Hopefully there's some little goobers in there.
That would be kind of nice. Let's see. I'm not seeing anything so far.
Oh, we're gonna be fighting that police guard, whatever it was.
Palante.
Yeah. I actually hate this boss.
Oh, God. What up, money?
What's up, bro?
Alright, let's see. I don't think he's here. No, they're not here, bro. Ah, dude. I can't even sneeze or cough, bro, without my chest hurting like a motherfucker, bro. It fucking... Really? Yeah, it fucking hurts, dude.
Got Colante hunting?
No, we just checked him down here. I'm doing the storyline stuff right now. We just did Blue Fire, so I just completed that. And we just got this guy right here.
Blue Fire.
You gotta go to labs, some other maps and whatnot, and then you...
I'm trying to think if I did it yet or not.
Oops.
Oh, it's a nice little find.
You need the MVD key for that door you just tried to kick, bro.
Oh, I have it. Yeah, this map is fucking stacked though, boys. And what's kind of nice too is with the BTR system, you can send out a decent amount of money and still go top off your bag too.
Some streets runs, I'll fucking get a whole backpack full, throw it in the BTR, and then do it again, get out.
Yep. So I think dependent on your rating with the BTR driver, you get a bigger... And I think I have mine maxed out, because I did the BTR quest line this wipe, so... Because I wanted that achievement for it, so I did that like a couple weeks ago.
Blue Fire, Blue Fire. Oh, I've completed Blue Fire completely. Never mind.
Nice. Yeah, I literally just completed it. I think I might have to go talk to a trader after this, though. Oh, you know what? I don't want to die with these things. Yeah, let's go to Green Flare, bro.
Alright.
I need to get access to Lightkeeper so I can finish Botcha.
Yeah, I did Lightkeeper. I got done with that a few days ago. Cause like after Kappa, getting Lightkeeper, it's just a handful of quests, bro. It's not even that much, to be honest. The hardest thing is just, and it just took a few hours, is getting your 15 PMC kills on Lighthouse. But if you're just going to the chalets though, it's not that difficult, to be honest.
Yeah, I got those 3 kills yesterday that you and me did. Other than that, I haven't been back on.
Yep. Oh my god, there's a dude over there. Alright, yeah, let's just go transit bug out. I wanted to reset my Tarkov anyways. I just don't want to risk losing these audio tapes, dude. Alright, we're gonna call it there. I'll be back on tonight. I got the next few days off, so we'll keep the stream going and all that good stuff. So we'll keep pushing here later on. But peace out, boys. Have a good day. Have a good day. We are